Jack program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Rochester, Dennis Day, Bob Crosby, the yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight Jack does another television show. But meanwhile, let's go back to yesterday's radio rehearsal here at CBS. As we look in on the rehearsal studio, Jack hasn't arrived yet, as the producer, Hilliard Marks, is listening to the orchestra.
All right, hold it, Malin, hold it.
All right, fellas, cut.
Come on, everyone. Mary, Don, Dennis, get your scripts.
Boy, is this a waste of time.
What do you mean?
Well, what's the sense of rehearsing the script now? The most important person isn't even here.
You know, Dennis is right. Sort of silly to go ahead without Jack.
Oh, I was talking about the sound man.
Now, wait a minute, Dennis. Wait a minute. You shouldn't say that. Jack is the most important person on the show. He's the star, and he's very talented.
Dennis, why'd you move over next to me?
I don't want to have anything to do with that big, fat yes man.
Easy, kids, easy. I wonder what's keeping Jack. It's not like him to be late for rehearsal.
Oh, he'll show up in a minute. And fellas, wait till you see him. Oh, brother.
Why, what's the matter, Barry?
Well, Warner Brothers called him up and told him they want to make a big feature picture called The Life of Jack Benny.
The life of Jack Benny?
Yeah, and you know, fellas, since Jack found out about it, he's absolutely unbearable. I never saw such conceit in all my life.
Well, with all his talent, he's got a right to... Oh, here he comes now.
Well, hello, everybody. Hello, Donald.
Hello, Jack.
Hello, Dennis, my lad.
Hello.
Malin.
Hello.
How do you do, Miss Livingstone?
Take off that monocle.
Not a monocle. I broke my bifocals and managed to save one focal. Here, Donald, take my gloves and cane. Thank you. There.
Gloves and cane. Oh, boy, are you snooty.
Dennis, the gloves are snooty. The cane is necessary.
Go ahead. Have your little fun, but you'll all apologize when you know what's happened to me.
Oh, we know.
Yes, Jack. Mary told us Warner Brothers are going to make a picture about your life.
Yes, sir. The same studio that made the life of Emile Zola, the life of Louis Pasteur, the life of Mark Twain, and now, the life of Jack Benny. They're going to trace my entire career and include everyone that's played a part in it.
Gee, I hope they change the names to protect the innocent.
Oh, Danny, you're just jealous.
Why should I be jealous? Someday they might make my life story.
They already did. It was called Idiot's Delight. Well, kids, I have to leave you now. Rochester's waiting in the car to take me to Warner Brothers.
Oh, wait a minute, Jack. We haven't rehearsed the script for tomorrow.
Well, you can manage without me.
Oh, no. We need you here, Jack. We can't get along without you.
Oh, that's silly.
No, Jack. You're the one that keeps us on the right path.
Oh,
Why,
Don.
without your guidance and your feel for comedy, we'd be lost. We wouldn't know which way to turn.
Well, Don, it's nice of you to say that.
What else do you expect from a big, fat yes man?
Well, if you'll all excuse me, I can't keep them waiting at Warner Brothers. Come on, Mary. I want you to go with me.
Okay.
Take it easy, Rochester. Watch where you're going.
Oh, Jack, don't be so nervous.
I'm not nervous.
You must be, boss. You're telling me to take it easy and you're driving.
What? Wait a minute, Rochester. When we started out, you were driving. What happened?
Remember that big bump we hit back there?
Yes?
Well, when the people put us back in the car, they put us in wrong.
Oh. Well, you take the wheel now. And hurry up. I want to get to the studio. Say, Mary, I just thought of something. If they're going to make the story of my life, I shouldn't only be acting in it, I should direct it.
Jack.
And not only that, who knows my life better than I do? I should write it, too.
Well, if you do all that, you might as well produce it.
Yeah. See, I can see it now. The Life of Jack Benny, starring Jack Benny, directed by Jack Benny, written by Jack Benny, and produced by Jack Benny. What are you laughing at?
I'll lend you my girdle and you can be your own leading lady.
No, that would be going too far.
Jack, there's the Warner Brothers lot.
Oh, yes. Rochester, turn up that driveway. Will you?
Yes, sir.
Gee, the lot is pretty full. Well, here's a space right in the middle. Park here, Rochester.
Okay.
Hey, that sounded like gunshots.
Yeah, they must be making a cowboy picture.
Well, somebody better tell them this ain't the stagecoach. The last one went through the radiator.
Say, you're right. It's that parking attendant over there. Hey, mister, what's the big idea of shooting at us?
You took the space reserved for Mr. Jack Warner.
Oh, yes. He always was touchy about that. But look, fella, I'm Jack Benny, and I've got an appointment with...
Jack Benny?
Yes.
The one that starred in The Horn Blows at Midnight?
That's right. I did that for Warner Brothers 15 years ago. Did you see it?
See it? I directed it.
Well, of course, Herman. I didn't recognize you. You've gotten thin.
Yeah, thin.
But, Herman, I can't understand it. You were doing so well. How come they've got you out here on the parking lot?
How come? All my life I wanted to be a director. For years I studied and starved trying to learn the profession. Every little job they put me on, I did with perfection. And finally they noticed me. I became an assistant director. I was on my way up. Yeah. Suddenly I was a director. Yeah. Everything I did was right. I was turning out hit after hit. I had money, respect. I even won an Oscar. And you came along. You were that lousy horn blows at midnight.
Take it easy.
Why? Why did you have to come into my life? I used to direct pictures. Now I'm directing traffic.
Herman, put down that gun.
What do you care? I'm pointing it at myself.
Gee, he's a complete wreck. I feel sort of responsible. Oh, Rochester.
Yes, boss?
Let Herman park the car and give him a dime tip. Come on, Mary. I don't want to keep Mr. Warner waiting. Here's Jack Warner's office. Let's go in.
Yes?
I have an appointment with Mr. Warner. I'm Jack Benny.
Well, he's in conference. Would you mind waiting?
Not at all. Come on, Mary. Let's sit down over here. You ought to be in pictures. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, boom, boom, beam, bum.
Say, Jack, look at that fellow sitting on the other side of the room. Isn't that Danny Kaye?
Danny Kaye? Where?
Reading that newspaper.
Oh, yeah. He used to be such a nice kid.
Used to be? What did he ever do to you?
What did he do to me? Did you see him in Knock on Wood and White Christmas and that preview of his latest picture, Court Jester?
Yeah, and he was just great in all of them. What about it?
What about it? Who has 3 hits all in 1 year? What's he trying to do, show up Humphrey Bogart and William Holden and the rest of us?
You know, Jack, I can't understand it. Every time somebody makes a little progress, you get sore at them.
I do not.
You do, too. When Lassie got her own television show, you were so mad you bit her.
I bit her. I snarled at her once, and you make a big thing out of it. Anyway, this is different. I practically gave Danny Kaye his start. Well, I remember the day he came to me for advice. I was fool enough to...
Jack, Danny sees you and he's coming over.
Oh, well, I'll just have to hide my feelings. Da-da-dee-da-dum, da-dee-da-dum, da-dum, da-dee-da-dum.
Hello, Jack. Hello, Mary.
Hello,
Danny.
are you, Jack?
I'm fine, fine. How's your mother, Danny?
Fine.
And your father?
Oh, he's fine, too.
Well, the next time you see him, tell him they certainly have a louse for a son.
Jack!
Well, what's the matter? What happened? I thought we were friends, Jack.
Friends. A lot you know about friendship. I heard about that rumor you're spreading around that you're the greatest comedian in pictures.
But, Jack, I didn't spread that rumor. And I'm sorry I'm having such a good year.
Oh, sure.
And if it'll make you feel any better, I'm sorry I ever came to Hollywood.
I'll bet. I suppose they had to twist your arm to do Knock on Wood and White Christmas and the Court Jester.
Well, I'm sorry they were a success and that I was funny in them.
Being sorry doesn't help. You made the pictures, you were a hit, and the damage is done. Too late to apologize.
Oh, Danny, don't pay any attention to him.
Mary, what's the matter with him?
Well, he's jealous of anyone that's a big success.
Oh, gosh, Jack, I wouldn't hurt you for the world. You know that. I know how you love show business. I wouldn't do anything to take the bread and margarine out of your mouth.
Go ahead. Keep talking. I know what you're thinking.
No, Jack, you've got me all wrong. I've always been your fan. I've followed your career for years.
You followed me.
Really?
Well,
sure, Jack. And I could never hope to become as popular as you used to be.
used to be.
I mean, used to, Boostelweed, Yeastelbars, Wastelbees, Boostel, Hensley Blues, Globerslays, Yeastelbeis, Blembelselsen, Husteldues, as you are, I mean.
Well, that's better.
Honestly, Jack, you've always been my idol. I think you're the greatest comedian in the world.
You do?
Yeah, I think you're swell.
Oh, well, then I'm sorry I acted the way I did, Danny. I think you're pretty swell, too.
Yeah, but you're sweller than I am.
No, Danny, no. You're the swellest.
No, Jack, you're the swellest.
Well...
As soon as the swelling goes down, can I get a word in here?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mary. Danny and I were just complimenting each other. And say, Danny, you know, Jack Warner sent for me because he's going to make a picture of my life. And to show you how much I really like you, I'm going to ask him if they can't... I'm going to ask him if they can't find something for you to do in my picture.
Oh, gee, that'd be swell.
Now, Danny... since I'm going to be in the picture, we won't need another comedian, but we will need a musical number. Do you have anything like that you could do?
Yes, I do. I have a kind of an old-fashioned song that you might like, Jack, and I'll sing it. If you like it, you can have it, all right?
Yeah, sure.
Mike?
Danny, that was great. I'll find room for that in my picture if I have to cut myself out of one scene.
Thanks, Jack. I really hope you can fix it.
Oh, Mr. Benny, Mr. Warner will see you now.
Thank you. Come on, Mary. You too, Danny. Hello, Mr. Warner.
Hello, Mr. Warner.
Hello, Mr. Warner.
Hello, Jack. How are you, Danny? Hello, Mary. Sit down.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll go out and get a chair for myself.
Oh, excuse me, Mary. Take my chair.
Well, Jack, I bet you're pretty excited now that we're going to make the story of your life.
Yes, I'm quite thrilled.
We've got the whole thing laid out, Jack. We start with the day you were born. Then comes a scene when you're starting school, your first date with a girl, your graduation, your enlistment in the Navy.
Aren't you doing a scene when he made his first bank deposit?
Oh, we passed that. That was the day he was born.
Danny, don't be so funny. Anyway, that picture's going to be directed by me.
You're going to direct the picture?
I'm going to write it, too.
Oh, direct it and write it, huh?
Yes, sir.
Who's going to supervise it?
I am.
Who's going to produce it?
I am.
Who's going to finance it?
May I have the next dance with you, Miss Livingston?
Danny, please.
Now, look, Jack, we've been making pictures for a long time, and you're not going to tell us how to run our business.
Well?
Now, get this. We're going to make a picture called The Life of Jack Benny, and you're not going to direct it.
I'm not?
No. And you're not going to write it, supervise it, or produce it.
Well, I guess you're right. I should be satisfied just starring in it.
Well, Jack, that's what I wanted to talk to you about.
Mary, give me my chair back. What did you want to talk to me about, Mr. Warner?
Well, we feel that somebody else ought to play the part of Jack Benny.
Somebody else?
Yes.
For heaven's sake, what's the matter with me?
Well, you've been Jack Benny too long.
What?
We feel that we ought to inject some new blood.
New blood? Any blood will help.
Mary, keep out of this. Well, look, Mr. Warner, if you don't think I'm capable of playing myself in my own picture, who did you have in mind?
Danny Kaye.
Danny Kaye?
Yes, that's why I sent for him.
You sent... Danny! Danny, don't just sit there. Say something.
Wait a minute.
Now, Danny, you knew about this all the time.
No, I didn't, Jack. Really, I didn't. This is all a big surprise to me.
Imagine even thinking of making the picture of my life without my being in it.
Oh, now, Jack, I didn't say you weren't going to be in it. I have something very important for you.
You have?
Yes. You're going to play the part of your father.
I'm going to play my own father?
Yes. Danny Kaye will be your son. And I think Mary will be excellent in the part of Jack's childhood sweetheart.
So do I.
You keep out of it.
Yes, Papa. Oh, my Papa, to me he was so wonderful.
Oh, Papa, me, you traitor!
All right, boys, all right. Let's cut this out. Now, boys, here's a scene I want you to try, Danny. It's where you come in and ask your father for money to buy a violin. You read the father's part, Jack.
Okay, I'll never know why.
Stop mumbling. Go ahead, Danny. Remember, you're asking your father for money, and you're Jack Benny at the age of 9.
Boy, what a tough part. Papa, you know, I never could I have a return for the life of Papa?
Wait a minute. When I was 9 years old, I could talk. Now read it right.
Okay.
Go ahead, Danny. Ask the old man again.
Oh, honorable Papa. Would like to have 4,000 yen to buy a little...
Wait a minute. What's the idea? What's the idea of doing Japanese?
Well, isn't Waukegan in Japan?
No, it's in Illinois. Jeepers.
All right, try it again, Danny. Try it again. Now, remember, you're a little country boy.
Okay.
Hey, Paul.
Oh, stop! Look, what do you think I was when I was a kid? A moron?
And besides, he outgrew it.
Yeah, heavens to Betsy.
Now, Danny, you better try it as a city boy.
City boy?
Yeah.
Hey, Pa. Look, I've been waiting already for 25 years. I'd like to have 2 or 3...
Now, cut that out! Look here, Mr. Warner, if this is the way you're going to do the story of my life, you can drop the whole thing.
All right. Then we won't make the picture.
Well, now, let's not be so hasty. What's bothering you?
You're bothering me, and I'm sick of it. We're not going to make the life of Jack Benny.
Well, that's okay with me. Goodbye. Come on, Mary. Come on, Danny.
Gee, I'm sorry they're not going to do the picture of your life, Jack.
Oh, that's all right, Danny. After all, I'm on radio and television. As a matter of fact, I do a television show tonight.
You do?
Yeah, I'd like to see that. You know, I've never done any television.
Well, Danny, why don't you walk over to the TV studio with me?
Look, Jack, I walked over to your radio show and wound up doing a free guest shot. From now on, you walk alone.
Okay, good night, Danny. See you on TV, folks.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Rochester, Dennis Day, Bob Crosby, and yours truly, Don. Gentlemen, after living for 15 years at the same address in Beverly Hills, our little star recently decided to put his house up for sale. So let's go out to Camden Drive where we find Jack showing a prospective buyer through the premises.
Well, I guess I've shown you about everything, Mr. and Mrs. Borden.
It's quite a nice house.
Yes, it's just about what we had in mind.
Good, good. Naturally, I wouldn't want to high-pressure you into a sale because I don't believe in doing business that way. But where else at the price can you find a home with this square footage, quality of workmanship, choice location,
And Mr. Benny, you're squeezing my arm.
Huh? Oh, I guess I got carried away. Anyway, I'm glad you like it.
Mr. Benny, to maintain a house this size, I imagine you must have a butler, a gardener, a cook, a chauffeur, an upstairs maid, and a downstairs maid.
Yes, I have.
Well, where are they?
Here I am, sir.
Rochester.
Well, get fine. I can collect 12 unemployment checks.
Never mind.
Well, Mr. Benny, I think we've seen all we need to, and we'll let you know. Come along, Martha.
But I haven't even told you about the neighbors. See, right next door are my dear friends, Mr. and Mrs. Ronald Coleman.
Mr. and Mrs. Ronald Coleman?
Yes, ma'am. Here, look out this window. That's Ronnie and Benita's house.
Where?
Right there. You can just make out the tip of the chimney over his fence.
See? Say, that's some fence.
You should see it at night when they shoot electricity through it.
Yes. Well, Mr. Borden, this house seems to fit your needs, and if you want to leave a small deposit, I'll be very happy. Excuse me, folks. Rochester, I thought that plumber finished upstairs.
No, he just had to go back to the shop for more, too.
Oh, for heaven's sake. I'll be back in a second, folks. Rochester, show them the closet space in this room in the hall. Just as I had the deal almost closed, that darn plumber had to start pounding on the pipes. Say, fella, I'm trying to sell the house. Would you mind being a little more quiet?
Look, Bud, I'm in no mood for complaints.
Why? What's the matter?
What's the matter? Did you ever spend 3 hours on your back looking up at the bottom of a rusty sink bowl?
Huh?
This ain't Cinerama.
Well,
next time, think before you criticize.
I'm not criticizing. I just don't see why you have to make such a racket with that hammer.
Because the hammer is made out of metal and the pipes is made out of metal.
Well, isn't there some way you can muffle the sound?
Well, sure, if you'll be kind enough to help me.
What can I do?
Put your head between the pipe and the hammer.
Well, just finish up the job and get out of here. Can't understand it. Other people hire plumbers and get a plumber. I hire a plumber and get a Milton Berle. Well, folks, as I was saying, Rochester, where's Mr. and Mrs. Borden?
They left, but they said they were interested in the house and they'd think about it.
Oh, well, I hope that... I'll get that, Rochester. Probably somebody else who wants to buy the house. How do you do? Step right... Oh, it's you, Mary.
Stop bowing. I'm not going to buy your house.
I know. Come on in. I thought it was another prospect. You know, they've been coming in droves.
No sale yet, huh?
No soul yet.
I rehearsed, too.
Yeah, I know. No, Mary. No sale yet. Now, gee, I can't understand it, Mary. Here's a beautiful home, 28 rooms, gorgeous grounds, large swimming pool, and the location...
Jack, you're squeezing my arm.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Let me ask you something. Why do you want to sell this house anyway?
Look, Mary, I'm here all alone, just me and Rochester. What do I need with a house that has 28 rooms?
Jack, you mean to say this house has 28 rooms?
Certainly. There's the kitchen, the dining room, the living room, the den, the library, and 3 bedrooms.
That's only 8. What about the other 20 rooms?
Oh, I never used those. I've had them closed up for years.
You've had them closed... Jack.
You see, I don't really need
Jack.
so many rooms, you know, so I only...
Jack.
What is it, Mary?
Jack, whatever happened to Kenny Baker?
Gee, I don't know. I never thought of that. I don't know. He came over to my house about 15 years ago. That's the last I saw of him. Anyway, Mary, since I don't need so many rooms, I decided to get a smaller house. Come in.
Oh, hello, Mr. Benny. Hello, Mary.
Oh, hello, Dennis.
Come in and sit down, kid.
Thanks. Say, Mr. Benny, I saw the sign out in front of your house that says for sale.
That's right, kid.
How much do you want for it?
$100,000.
For a little sign like that?
For the house. Dennis, I'm trying to sell the house.
Oh, well, I wouldn't buy it.
Oh, you wouldn't, eh? Well, Dennis, I've got news for you. In the first place, nobody asked you to buy it. And the second place, you couldn't afford to buy it.
If I didn't work for a cheapskate, I could.
Mary.
Don't look at me. I only thought it. He said it.
Dennis, I don't want to get into a long routine with you, so sing the song you're due on the show before the gang gets here, will you?
Okay.
Mary, get me a glass of water.
Here's an aspirin.
I have my own. Just sing it. Dennis, that was very good. A beautiful song.
Gracias.
Thank you. You know, I can't understand how anyone who sings so beautifully can come in here and act like you do. What makes you behave like that?
I don't know. I'm just a sugar mixed-up kid.
I'll say you are.
Hey, Mr. Benny! Mr. Benny!
It's that plumber again. Yeah, what is it?
Would you turn the water on from the service porch?
Okay. Rochester!
Yes, boss!
Would you please turn the water on in the service porch?
Yes, sir! Water's on, boss!
Thanks. Hey, plumber, the water's on.
Okay.
Are you all finished fixing the sink?
Not yet.
Why'd you want to have the water turned on?
I'm dirty. I want to take a shower.
Wait a minute. Why don't you take a shower on your own time?
I got dirty on your time.
I don't care. Rochester, turn the water off.
It's off, boss.
What a crazy plumber. I'll get it. Imagine a guy like that. Hiya, Jack. Oh, hello, Bob. Come on in. Everybody's here but Don Wilson. As soon as he comes, we can rehearse.
Oh, Jack, I just bumped into Ronald Coleman in front of your house.
Ronnie, what do you have to say?
Oh, nothing. He put a rabbit's foot on your for sale sign and went home whistling.
Good old Ronnie. Always wishing me luck. Eh?
Jack, is that sign out in front just a gag, or are you really trying to sell your house?
Well, of course I'm trying to sell it.
What are you asking for?
$100,000.
$100,000, brother.
What do you mean, brother?
Well, my brother's the only one that's got that kind of dough.
Oh.
Say, Bob.
Well, sister, how are you?
Say, Bob, I thought you were going to
It's
bring...
Robert.
Bob, I thought you were going to bring the band over today so we could have a complete rehearsal.
Well, I was, Mary, but I called Bagby, the piano player, and he said that today all the boys in the band have gone to a tailor to have new tuxedos made.
All the musicians in the band? New tuxedos?
Mm-hmm.
What are they celebrating?
National Wine Week.
You know, Bob, I'm a little surprised that they drink anything as mild as wine.
Oh, sure they do, Jack. They drink a lot of beer, too.
Beer?
Mm-hmm. In fact, they had the answer to what you have before Paps had the question.
That I can believe. That's the only band I ever saw where the bass fiddle has a bunghole in it, you know?
Jack.
Yeah.
Jack, why do you and Bob always pick on the orchestra boys? It's none of your business what kind of a life they lead.
Look, Mary.
Week after week, you're always picking on them, insulting them. You never have a kind word to say about them.
Look, Mary.
They've been with you for years, and you ought to be ashamed of the way you constantly run them down.
Mary.
After all, your only concern should be whether or not they play good music.
Oh, I see. And you think they play good music?
Well, they could if they weren't always drunk.
I thought so. Now, Bob, as long as the boys in the band are getting tuxedos, tell them to please wear them on the show.
Well, I will, Jack.
And one more thing. I have a request from the California Chamber of Commerce.
Well, what's that?
Well, they wrote me a letter saying that if Sammy the drummer can't grow hair and won't wear a toupee, won't he at least paint a stem on his head so it'll look like an orange? The reason that... Oh, Rochester, answer the phone, will you please?
Yes, sir. Mr. Benny's residence, star of stage, screen, and radio.
Hello, this is Mr. Borden calling. Is Mr. Benny in, please?
Just a minute. Pause is for you. It's Mr. Borden.
Mr. Borden? Oh, say, that's the man who was over to look at the house. Maybe he's going to buy it. Hand me the phone. Hello?
Operator, will you please get off the line?
No, Mr. Borden, this is Jack Benny.
Oh, Mr. Benny.
Oh, what'd you call for, Mr. Borden? What? What'd you call for? What? Huh? What was it, huh?
Well,
what is it, Mr. Borden? What? Huh? What?
Mr. Benny.
Yeah? What?
My wife and I have talked it over, and we've almost made up our minds to buy your house.
You have?
Yes, we have. You said you wanted $100,000, is that right?
Yes. If you'll come right over now, we can close the deal.
Well, Mr. Benny, the banks are all closed now, and all I have with me is a business check for $250,000.
Well, come on over. I can give you the change.
Well, I have an appointment out at my club this afternoon. I'll come over first thing in the morning.
All right, Mr. Borden, I'll be here. Goodbye. Hey, kids, guess what just happened? Mr. Borden, the man who was here with his wife a while ago, just called and said they were going to buy my house.
Say, that's wonderful.
Sure is, Jack. That's great news.
Yes, sir.
They'll never be happy here.
They will if you don't visit them. Now, come on, kids. Let's finish our rehearsal, and then we'll go out to the driving range and hit some golf balls. Well, here we are.
Here, Mary, I'll carry your clubs.
Oh, thanks, Bob.
Here's your bag, Jack.
Careful with them, Bob. Those clubs are new.
Gee, the driving range is crowded today.
We better get some golf balls at the stand. Dennis, here's some money. Go get us a couple of buckets of balls.
Okay.
Excuse me, kids. I want to swing this club to limber up my hand. They're stiff from my violin lesson yesterday.
Oh, did you practice too long?
No, my violin teacher closed the case on my finger. Happens every time I take a lesson.
Here's a bucket of balls.
Thanks, Dennis. Go ahead, Mary. Hit one out. Will you?
Okay.
Keep your head down.
Be quiet.
Hey, that was a good one, Mary.
Yeah, but watch your form, Mary. Your pivot was much too abrupt, and you dipped your shoulder. Go ahead, Bob. You go.
Okay, here goes.
Wow, 250 yards straight down the middle.
Yeah, but Bob, you dipped your shoulder, too. Now stand back and watch me.
Help him up, Bob.
I can't without dipping my shoulder.
Don't be funny. I just tried to hit it too hard, that was all.
Oh, stop making excuses. You've never played good golf in your life.
Oh, I haven't, eh? Well, let me tell you something, sister. Not only do I play good golf, but I even know some great trick shots.
Trick shots?
Yes, here, I'll show you. Dennis, lie down and put this golf ball on your nose. Come on, Dennis, lie down.
Okay.
Now, hold still, Dennis, while I balance this ball on your nose. I'll show you kids a trick shot if you ever saw one. Now, stand back, everybody.
But, Jack, you must be kidding. That's a dangerous trick.
It sure is. You're liable to miss that ball and hit Dennis.
Yeah.
Dennis, you'll get hurt.
Now get up, Dennis. Now watch me, Bob, and I'll show you the correct form for driving a ball off the tee. Watch this.
Jack, keep it up. That's wonderful.
What do you mean, wonderful? I missed the ball 3 times.
I know, but you're fanning the smog out of Los Angeles.
If I'd stayed down there, I'd be a mess.
I can't understand it. Bob, what am I doing wrong?
Well, I don't know, Jack, but gee, maybe you ought to take a few lessons from the instructor here.
Instructor, where is he?
Well, that's him over there, the one with the white cap.
Oh, yes, maybe he can help me. Oh, mister! Mister! Oh, no. Are you the golf instructor here?
Yes, don't let these lounging pajamas fool you.
All right. Now, what do you charge for a lesson?
It's $3 for a half hour.
Well, okay. Give me a lesson.
All right. Let me see your swing. Grip the club firmly, the thumb on the shaft.
Like this?
Very good. But be sure not to slice. We're right next to the 3rd hole of the golf course, right over that head.
Oh, yes, I'll be careful.
Now start your backswing. That's it. Now head down. Keep your head down. Lower, lower, lower. Well, I knew it'd slip off.
Cut that out. Look, mister, I'm paying for a lesson, so will you please give me some instruction?
All right. You keep your head down. Swing back slowly. Hit it.
Oh, boy, look at that one go.
Hey, Jack, you got a bad slice on that one.
Look, it's going over the hedge onto the golf course.
4!
Oh, my goodness, you hit a man on the head.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. I better run over and apologize.
You don't have to. He's coming over here.
Say, it's Mr. Borden, the man who's going to buy my house.
Who hit me on the head with that ball?
I did. I'm awfully sorry, Mr. Borden.
Who's Mr. Borden?
You are, and I'm Jack Benny.
Who's Jack Benny?
Jack, your ball hit him so hard he lost his memory.
But he can't. He promised to buy the house.
What house?
My house, don't you remember? Think the house in Beverly Hills. 28 rooms, the swimming pool, the spacious yard.
Stop squeezing my arm.
Oh, Mr. Borden, you must remember. Please, please. The lovely neighborhood, the wonderful neighbors. Kenny Baker will sing to you. Mr. Borden.
What about my $3?
When I sell the house. Mr. Borden, try to remember, please.
We're a little late, so good night, folks.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Rochester, Dennis Day, Bob Crosby, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, today Jack Benny does another television show. But meanwhile, let's go back to Friday morning. As we look in on the Benny household, Jack is just finishing breakfast.
Is everything all right, Mr. Benny?
All fine, Rochester, but do you have a little more honey for the hot cakes?
No, sir. We're all out of honey.
Are you sure?
Positive. I got the last drop there was out of the hives, and I'm too scared to squeeze bees.
Oh, stop being silly. Anyway, Rochester, you shouldn't be afraid of bees. They're industrious little creatures.
Uh-huh.
Bees never bother people. They spend their entire lives gathering honey.
Uh-huh.
They work from the time they're born till the time they die. That is all except the queen bee.
Well, I ain't going to squeeze Her Majesty either.
All right. I'll have another cup of coffee. Say, Rochester, did Don Wilson phone me this morning?
No, sir. There were no calls at all.
He's supposed to call me. I better call him. Now, let's see. What's Don Wilson's number again? Oh, yes. Crestview 40987. That's funny. I don't get any dial tone. I still don't get the dial tone. Rochester, the phone seems to be out of order.
Could be. It hasn't rung all morning.
Gee, I wonder what could be wrong. Hey, this is awful, Rochester. I'm going over to Coleman's house next door and use their phone to report it to the company.
Okay, boss.
Gee, imagine my phone going out of order. Hope that Ronnie is home so I can use his. The weather's nice. Look at my garden. It's amazing how fast things grow here when we have a little warm spell. Look at all that ivy. It's almost completely covered Remley. There wasn't a thing growing there when he fell on New Year's Eve.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Benny.
Oh, good morning, Sherwood. Is Mr. Coleman at home?
No, sir. He took Mrs. Coleman to the hospital a few minutes ago.
The hospital?
Yes, this morning she sat on one of your bees.
Gee, I hope it wasn't Harry. He's such a good worker.
She didn't kill it. She rose very promptly.
Oh, good, good. Well, the reason I came over is I'd like to use your telephone.
Oh, business in New York again.
No, mine seems to be out of order. I'd like to report it.
Oh, well, come right in. Yeah, here's the phone.
I better call the operator.
Operator.
Oh, operator, I'd like to report a phone that's not working.
Yes, sir. What is the address and phone number, please?
366 North Camden Drive. The phone number's Crestview 40555.
Very good, sir. And now what seems to be the trouble?
Well, the phone doesn't work. I want to find out whether it's out of order or disconnected.
Disconnected? I'll have to check in our books. What is your name, please?
Jack Benny.
Jack Benny? Oh, your phone couldn't be disconnected. The case doesn't come up till next week.
Well, then it must be out of order, then.
I'll report that to our repair department, sir.
Thank you. Goodbye. Thank you for letting me use the phone, Sherwood.
Well, that's quite all right, Mr. Benny. I'll see you to the door. Oh, by the way, Mr. Benny, I meant to tell you that I saw your last television show.
Oh, really? Did you like it?
Unfortunately, yes.
What do you mean, unfortunately?
Well, I was watching it secretly when I couldn't control myself and gave vent to a burst of laughter.
Well?
Well, Mr. Coleman came in, caught me, and sent me to bed without my crumpets.
Well, that's a shame. Well, thanks again for letting me use the phone.
You're quite welcome. Good day.
Goodbye. Gee, I can't understand Ronnie. Well, it takes all kinds of people to make a world, I guess. Say, look at that ivy. Someone must have put Vigoro on it. It's completely grown over. Frank... No, somebody moved him. Look, you, get over on that flower. You can't get honey out of leaves. I don't know. I have to tell everybody what to do. It's tough being the boss.
Want me to answer that, boss?
No, I'll get it. Yes?
I'm the repairman from the phone company.
Oh, good.
I already checked everything outside, and I can't find nothing wrong. I climbed to the top of the pole, and everything's okay there.
Well, wait a minute. How could you have climbed the pole? You're not wearing those shoes with spikes.
I got long toenails.
Oh.
Well, anyway, since I can't find a trouble outside, maybe it's right in the phone.
It probably is. There's no dial tone. Come in and look at it.
Yeah, okay.
The phone's right over here, Mr.
Alexander Graham Bell III.
Alexander Graham Bell III? Are you descended from the man who invented the telephone?
Oh, is that what Grandpa done? No wonder they gave me the job.
Well, here's the phone.
Hey, you're right. There ain't no dial tone.
Well, pick up the receiver first. For heaven's sake.
Oh, yeah. I don't hear no dial tone.
I told you, that's what's wrong.
That's the dial tone.
That's the door buzzer. Rochester, will you answer the door?
Yes, sir.
Hey, I think I found out what's the trouble.
What?
Well, this here thingamajig here's loose. See, it spins around.
That's the dial. I can't understand why the phone company would send a man like...
Excuse me, Mr. Benny.
What is it, Rochester? Who is at the door?
It's Mr. Sammy Wise. He wants to see you.
Sammy Weiss? Who's he?
Well, he's from the band on your program. Sammy, the drummer.
Oh, so his name is Wise. I thought his last name was the drummer. What does he want?
He wants to see you privately. He's in the next room.
Well, I better go and see what he wants. Excuse me, Mr. Bell.
You can call me Al.
I hope you have the phone fixed when I come back. Hello, Sammy.
Hello, Mr. Benny.
You want to see me?
Yeah, it's kind of a personal matter.
Personal? What can I do for you?
Well, I wish you'd make the other boys in the band stop picking on me.
The boys pick on you? But, Sammy, you're the biggest guy in the band. You're 6'5". If the other musicians hit you, hit them back.
Oh, they don't do anything physical. They tease me.
Tease you? How?
They call me clodhopper, they call me dopey, and then they write dirty words on my drum.
No.
Yeah, not only that, they're always calling me Baldy.
Well, Sammy, you shouldn't be sensitive about that. Lots of men lose their hair as they get older.
I've been bald since I was 7.
No kidding. That's amazing. How'd you happen to lose your hair so early?
I didn't lose it. I grew so fast I pushed through it.
Pushed through it. A likely story.
That's my excuse. What's yours?
Never mind. Anyway, don't worry, Sammy. I'll tell the rest of the boys in the band to be nicer to you.
Well, they should. After all, I'm always doing sweet things for them.
Like what?
Well, just a little while ago, I trimmed the ivy off Bramley and took him home.
Oh, so that's where he went. Boy, will Frankie be amazed when he wakes up in a bed. Imagine.
I put him under a table. I didn't want to shock him.
Well, that was sweet, Sammy. Well, I'll tell the other boys about this. I'm sure they'll all be nicer to you.
Gee, thanks, Mr. Benny. Bye.
Goodbye. Yeah, I'll really have to talk to the boys in the band. I don't want Sammy to quit. He looks so good sitting way up there in the middle of the orchestra with that smile painted on his head. Well, I better go back and see if that guy's got the phone fixed.
Now, look, don't interrupt me, Telly. I don't care if you have got dinner cooked. I ain't coming home tonight. I'm going out with the boys. Yeah, that's right. We're going to play cards, and you needn't wait up for me because I don't know what time I'm coming home. Yeah, you heard me.
Oh, you got the phone fixed?
No, I'm just rehearsing what I'd like to say to my wife. But wait a minute. I think I found out what's wrong. This connection is loose. I'll fix it. There, that does it. Now I'll lift the receiver. That's the telephone.
Good.
Oh, she's all fixed.
Oh, fine, thanks. I'll show you to the door.
Well, goodbye.
Goodbye. Thanks a lot, Al. Well, I'm glad the phone is fixed. Now I can make that important call I had to make to... I forgot who I had to call. I mentioned it to Rochester. Maybe he remembers. Oh, Rochester! Where'd he go? Now, who did I want to call? It was very important. Oh, now I remember who it was.
Hello?
Hello, Don. This is Jack.
What in the world's the matter, Jack? Who are you mad at?
You were supposed to call me this morning about the commercial.
But, Jack, we were just over to your house and we did it.
Oh, yes, I forgot. Goodbye. That's the silliest thing I've ever done. I was never so embarrassed. Of all people, I had to do it to Don Wilson. It's like an elephant. He never forgets. And even if he does forget, he's still like an elephant. Sometimes I think... Is that you, Rochester?
Yes, sir.
Where were you?
I just went out to get the mail.
Oh, is there anything important?
Well, this looks important. The envelope is marked from the county of Los Angeles.
Let me see. Oh, no.
What's the matter, boss?
I've been called for jury duty. Just when I'm so busy.
Well, you know, Mr. Benny, it's everyone's civic duty to serve on a jury once in a while.
But, Rochester, I'm so busy. Gosh, I got radio, television, and personal appearances.
Yeah, I guess everybody has their own problems. Here they expect you to give up your job and devote your full time to serving on the jury for just $3 a day.
Sure, it's not right that... $3 a day?
Boss, you begin to get that civic duty look in your eye.
You're right, Rochester. I'm going. A citizen should never shirk his duty. I'll see you later. Gosh, they have a lot of courts in this building. Now, let's see. Where's the one I'm supposed to report to? Oh, here it is.
Yes, sir. May I help you?
Well, I think so. I was told to report for jury duty.
Oh, well, they're interviewing the prospective jurors in the next room.
Oh, then I'll go in there.
Before you do, I'll have to get some information from you for our records.
Yes, ma'am.
Your name?
Jack Benny.
Jack Benny. Address?
366 North Camden Drive.
366 North Camden Drive. Your occupation? Oh, silly me. Imagine asking you a question like that. Everyone knows you, Mr. Benny.
Oh, thank you.
Occupation? Beekeeper.
That's right, but I'm also a bit of a comedian, you know.
Yes, I know your slogan. Get your honey from the man that's funny.
That's right.
Now let's get on with the questions. Your height?
5'10".
Your weight?
158 pounds.
Color of your eyes? Oh, they're blue, aren't they?
Bluer than the thumb of a hitchhiker in Anchorage, Alaska.
Yes, I've noticed that. Your age?
39.
39? Why, that's a surprise. You look much younger.
Well, thank you.
I'm a bit of a comedian myself. Now, tell me, Mr. Benny, have you ever served on a jury before?
No, ma'am.
Have you ever been in court before?
Yes, every month with the telephone company. But I don't think that would disqualify me from being a juror.
No, I guess not. Now, let's see. Excuse me. Hello, Superior Court.
Miss, I'd like some advice. How do I go about divorcing my husband? I must get rid of him.
Well, you have to have grounds for divorce.
Grounds?
Yes. Has he deserted you?
No.
Has he failed to support you?
No.
Has he gone out with other women?
No.
Well, has he been cruel to you?
No.
Well, I'm sorry, madam, but if you don't have grounds, you can't divorce your husband.
Oh. Well, I tried to do it the nice way, Herman.
I guess she doesn't need me anymore. Now, getting back to you, Mr. Benny, I have all the information I need.
What do I do now?
Go right in that room where they're interviewing the prospective jurors and talk to the judge.
Yes, ma'am. Excuse me, are you the judge?
Well, who do you think I am in this long black robe, vampire?
Now, look, Judge, I came down here for jury duty.
I know. Raise your right hand.
What?
Raise your right hand.
All right, there. Are you going to swear me in?
No, I just wanted to see if that old suit would hold together.
What?
You know, I've got a good mind to send you up for contempt.
Why? What did I say?
Nothing. You're just contemptible.
Now, just a second. I came down here because I wanted to do my civic duty, and you insult me. You can't talk to me that way. I'm Jack Benny.
Well, you can't be a juror on this case.
Why not?
This case is Jack Benny versus the telephone company.
Oh, yes, I remember now. I lost twice, so this time I asked for a jury trial. I've got nice legs. See you next week, Judge. Goodbye. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, I'm going to tell you about my television show tonight. Now, this isn't for you people who are at home and can see it. This is for the people who are riding in their cars. Now, this television show opens where I see I haven't got time. So stop in at the nearest house and watch it. Good night. See you on television.
The Lucky Strike program, starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Rochester, Dennis Day, Bob Crosby, the Sportsman Quartet, and yours truly, Don. Ladies and gentlemen, many times in the past I've opened this program by taking you out to Jack Benny's house in Beverly Hills. But tonight, just for a change, let's all go out to Mr. and Mrs. Bob Crosby's house on the edge of Beverly Hills.
Many times I have wanted your kiss. Many times.
Oh, Bob.
Yes, June?
You've been in the den here for an hour. What are you doing?
Oh, just rehearsing some songs, dear. I'm thinking of making another personal appearance.
Personal appearance? Where?
Las Vegas.
Oh, Bob, I wish you wouldn't. You remember what happened last time we were up there. You gambled every night and lost quite heavily.
Oh, I know.
Well, don't do it again. I miss the baby. But really, Bob, I'm serious. I wish you wouldn't play another personal appearance.
Well, why not, dear?
Well, you're so busy. You're on Mr. Benny's show every week. You play benefits. You make records. And you have your own TV show 5 days a week. You're never home anymore.
Oh, June, you're exaggerating.
Oh, Mother. Mother.
Yes, dear?
Can I go to the park and play ball?
Certainly.
Okay, I'll be back in time for dinner. Say, Mom.
Yes, dear?
Who's this guy, the plumber?
He's your father.
Well, certainly I'm your father. Don't you recognize me, Chris?
I'm Steve.
You run along, Steve, and be home in time for dinner.
I will. Goodbye, Mother. Goodbye, Dad.
Goodbye. Now she's grown. You know, honey, I could have sworn he was Chris. Gosh, June, I've been thinking about what you said, though, and I think I'm going to forget about personal appearances and spend more time at home.
Oh, Bob, I wish you would.
I will, and not only that, I think, why don't we have a dinner party here at home like we used to?
Oh, that would be wonderful. How about next Saturday night?
That's fine. I'll invite all the boys in my band and their wives, and you know what, June? I think we ought to invite Jack Benny, too.
You do?
Why, certainly.
Oh, but Bob, he's such an important man, and he's so busy. You can't call and invite him to dinner on such short notice.
Well, I'm going to try anyway.
Bob, I think you're making a big mistake.
Now, don't you worry, June. I've got an idea. Look, we'll change the date of our dinner to fit Jack's convenience.
Hello?
Hello, Jack. This is Bob Crosby.
Oh, hello, Bob.
Say, Jack, June and I would like to invite you to our house for dinner, and, well, when would it be possible for you to come?
Oh, 7 o'clock, 7:15. 7:30. In fact, I can be over right now.
Well, we weren't thinking of tonight. We were thinking of some night this week. Which would be the most convenient?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday.
Well, you skipped Thursday.
Oh, I babysit that night.
Oh.
I used to do it for you, but you lost your kid in Las Vegas.
I know. But, Jack, how about coming over for dinner Saturday night?
Oh, fine, Bob. Fine. Say, and after dinner we can have some fun, play gin or Scrabble.
Oh, no, thank you, Jack. I'll never play Scrabble with you again after last Sunday's game. You're too tricky for me. I don't know how in the world you do it.
Do what?
Well, there are only 2 Y's in the game, and yet you made the word money 11 times.
Well, all right, we'll play something else. So long. See you Saturday.
So long, Jack.
Goodbye, Bob. Gee, it was nice of Bob to invite me over to his house for dinner. He's always doing things like that. Having people over for dinner, taking them out to nightclubs, having parties. He's so generous. He ought to see a psychiatrist. Well, when Rochester comes home for shopping, I better tell him I won't be home for dinner Saturday night. Gee, he's been at that market a long time. Coming. Oh, hello, Dennis.
Hello, Mr. Benny.
Come on in.
Thanks.
I wasn't expecting you today, Dennis. Anything wrong?
No, I just wanted to ask you a favor. Could you lend me $10?
$10? Yes, I guess so. What do you want it for?
I want to get myself tattooed.
Tattooed? Why?
Well, I was in the Navy during the war, and yet nobody will believe I was a sailor.
Well, what are you going to have tattooed on you?
My uniform.
Well, that's about the... Look, kid, if you want something tattooed on you to show that you were in the Navy, why don't you have a life preserver or an anchor? Oh, wait a minute. How about the battleship Missouri?
No, my mother has that.
Your mother has a battleship tattooed on her?
When she wears a corset, it looks like it's sinking.
Say, wait a minute, kid. I've got a good idea. Why don't you do what I did when I was in the Navy? Have the American flag put on your arm.
Gee, I didn't know you had the American flag on you.
Yeah, I had it done the first day I joined the Navy. Wait, I'll roll up my sleeve and show it to you. See?
Gee, only 13 stars.
Yes, Dennis, only 13 stars, but not for the reason you think. I made the man stop because he was hurting me.
Then why did he put them in a circle?
Dennis, I don't want to get into any more discussions with you. Now, I'll make you a proposition.
Yeah, what?
If I lend you the $10, will you let me hear the song you're going to do on next Sunday's program and leave immediately?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here's the $10. Let's hear it. That was Dennis Day singing Almost Like Being in Love, and should sound swell on the program.
Oh,
now
thanks.
go get yourself tattooed.
Okay, Mr. Benny. You know what I think I'll do? I'll have them
Dennis,
tattoo
look,
a...
you promised me if I lent you the $10, you wouldn't say anything. You just go.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then go.
All right, goodbye.
Bye. You know, that Dennis gets sillier and sillier every day. I don't know how I stood him all these years. But it's my own fault. I should have known when I first saw him there was something wrong with him. What other man wears a size 3 hat? I don't know, sometimes I think...
Mr. Benny, I'm back from the market.
Good.
I'm in the kitchen putting the things away.
I'll come in and help you. Hey, what took you so long, Rochester?
Well, I had a lot of things to do. You know, I took all the hamburger out of the freezer, sold it, and bought 36 quarts of milk.
Why'd you do that?
Beef went up, milk went down. I'm playing the market.
Say, Rochester, what's this?
A head of lettuce.
How can this be lettuce? It's pure white.
The fat is over. They're taking chlorophyll out of everything.
Oh.
By the way, Mr. Benny, are you going out tonight?
No, I think I'll stay home and practice my violin.
Your violin? Oh, boss, calm now.
All right. I'll wait till you get out of the house. Meanwhile, I'm going in the den and read for a while.
Okay.
Gee, I haven't read a book in a long time. Let's see what's here. Did you hear the book I haven't read? 100 Famous Poems. Gee, I haven't read poetry in a long time. I think I'll read this. Let's see. Gee, they have some wonderful poems in this book. Charge of the Light Brigade, the Owasso, the Wreck of the Hesperus, Gunga Din. There was an old lady from... Whoops, somebody penciled that in. Oh, here's one of my favorite poems. I haven't read it in years. The Shooting of Dan McGrew. I think I'll read that. The Shooting of Dan McGrew by Robert W. Service.
A bunch of the boys were whooping it up in the Malamute Saloon. The kid that handles the music box was hitting a jag-time tune.
Hey, bartender. Bartender.
Yeah?
I want a drink of whiskey.
Okay, how much whiskey do you want?
About 3 fingers.
Here you are.
Ah. Give me another drink.
How much this time?
Oh, about 4 fingers.
Okay. There you are. 4 fingers of whiskey. Ah. You know, mister, you're the first man I ever saw drink out of a glove.
I always do. I'm the only man in Alaska that got a hangnail with a hangover. Doggone, I've been trapped in this saloon for 8 days by that darn blizzard. How much longer do you think it'll last?
I don't know.
Well, I'm going to take a look outside and see how the weather is.
How is it outside?
Cloudy. Look, bartender, being stuck in a place like this for 8 days can drive a guy nuts. I gotta have a little excitement. Tell you what, I'll bet you $5 I can shoot those 3 glasses off the top shelf in 3 shots.
$5 says you can't.
It's a bet. Stand back, everybody. There's 1. There's 2.
You lost.
No, I didn't.
I've got $20 more that says you did.
It's a bet. That slow bullet has made me a fortune. Anybody else want to bet? Hey, you at the piano. Don't you know any other music?
No, he's ignorant. Well, how'd you like the song?
That was Say, See Good.
Hey, look, mister, the blizzard is letting up.
Yeah, well, I think I'll get going. Where's my partner? Hey, Wilson. Wilson.
Here I am.
Come on, we're going up north to find gold. Gold, do you hear me? Gold.
Just a minute, partner. Don't risk your life out there in these icy wastes looking for gold. What is gold? Can't eat it. Can you drink it? Gold's only money. The money will only bring you unhappiness, misery, and sorrow.
Would you mind repeating that?
Money will only bring you unhappiness, misery, and sorrow.
This boy is not only fat, but he's stupid. Now, come on, let's get the dogs ready and the sled. We're going.
Out in the great alone, when the moon was awful clear, and the icy mountains hemmed you in with a silence you could hear, with only the howl of a timber wolf, and you camped there in the cold, a half-dead thing in a stark dead world, clean mad for the muck called gold.
We're going mighty slow, Wilson, and it's all your fault. I took you on as a partner because I was a greenhorn. You told me you knew everything about the Yukon. You told me you knew how to handle these dog teams and sleds.
Of course I do. What makes you think I don't?
Well, I have a feeling the dogs should be pulling the sleds and we should be riding. I'm sure of it. And that cocker spaniel with the whip is murder. That dog yells mush at me once more, there's going to be trouble.
Gee, I can't stand this no more. 3 weeks we've been traveling through these frozen wastes. I wish I...
Wait a minute. Comes a man. An Eskimo.
Oh, yeah. I'll go and talk to him.
Won't do any good. These Eskimos don't talk any English.
I know, but I talk Eskimo. I'll say hello to him. Hey, compare.
That's Eskimo?
Look, he's coming toward us. And he's carrying food.
Yeah, maybe he'll give us some blubber. I mean, maybe he'll give us some blubber. Hey, he wants to talk to us.
Oogie, oogie, wah-wah, mugga-hoo, mugga-hee.
What'd he say? What'd he say?
He says his name, he's a mighty hunter, and he's chief of an Eskimo tribe.
Oh. Ask him if he'll be our guide and lead us to the gold.
Mugla, Mugliuka, Takara, Iglu. Marabu, Iglub, Nagikuch, Tiga.
Three of my riders must come from Bismo Beach or something.
Nuggy talking.
He says he can't be our guide. He's got something else to do.
Ask him what?
Oogie Tula Nagarari?
Takalugi Mugi Papoose Nunga Wawa.
What'd he say?
He's got to go to Las Vegas and pick up his kids.
Well, let's go on by ourselves. Goodbye, Eskimo.
Goodbye, and don't forget dinner Saturday night.
Ow! Come on, let's go.
Mush!
I'm pulling it! I'm pulling it! Wait a minute, Wilson. Look. Look at the side of that mountain. We found it. A vein of pure gold. Do you hear me, Wilson? Look at it. Pure gold. Oh, boy, am I unhappy, miserable, and sorry. Come on, Wilson. Let's dig that gold and go back to the saloon.
Back of the bar in a solo game sat dangerous Dan McGrew. Now, watching his luck was his light of love, the lady that's known as Lou. When out of the night, which was 50 below, and into the din and glare, there stumbled a miner fresh from the creeks, dog dirty and loaded for bed.
Okay, bartender. I struck it rich. Set up drinks for everybody.
Does that include me, handsome?
Sure does, Lou. I came right back here after finding the gold just to see you.
Well, the minute I heard you was coming, I hurried home and got into this new dress.
You must have been in a hurry. You didn't get all the way into it. But, Lou, I got presents for you now that I'm rich. I got diamonds and ermine fur, jewels, and a yacht for you.
Oh, darling. Come here, honey. Kiss me.
Well, after that kiss, I won't need my dogs or my sled anymore.
Why not?
There ain't no more snow between here and the North Pole. Give me another kiss, Lou.
Sure, honey. Oh, wait a minute. Be careful. Here comes dangerous Dan McGrew.
Lou, come here a minute.
Yes, Dan?
Didn't I see you kissing this stranger a minute ago?
Yes, you did. Hey, he sounds dangerous. What about it?
You know what I do to guys I catch kissing my gal?
What?
I cut off their heads and hang them up by their hair.
Oh.
I'll have to think of something different for you.
Oh, I ain't scared. Now listen to me, Dan McGrew. Lou is my gal, and I'm taking her with me.
Oh, no, you're not. Draw your gun.
Don't fight, boys, please.
Get out of the way, Lou. I'm ready, Dan.
Then I reached for my rod, and the lights went out, and 2 guns blazed in the dark. Then a woman screamed, and the lights went up, and 2 men lay stiff and stark.
Bye, Steph.
So long, Stark.
Pitched on his head and pumped full of lead was dangerous Dan McGrew, while the man from the creeks lay clutched in the arms of the lady that's known as Lou.
We're a little late, so good night, folks.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Rochester, Dennis Day, Bob Crosby, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight Jack Benny does another television show. But meanwhile, let's go out to Jack's home in Beverly Hills, where, even as you and I, Rochester is filling out his income tax.
Let's see. Name, Rochester Van Jones. Occupation, butler, chauffeur, cook, gardener, valet, masseur, window washer, and author of What to Do in Your Spare Time. Now, let's see. Enter your total wages.
Oh, hello, Rochester. What are you doing?
I'm filling out my income tax, Mr. Benny. It certainly is complicated.
Well, I'll help you with it if you'd like.
I sure would.
All right, let's see the form. Oh, Rochester, look at all the occupations you listed. You don't work that hard.
I don't, eh?
No.
I got housemaid's knee clear up to the hip.
What?
And at that point, middle-aged spread takes over.
Rochester, if you want me to help you, pay attention. Now, let's see, your income. What was your income last year?
Do I have to tell?
Certainly. Put down the salary I pay you.
Can I write it in red ink?
Red ink, why?
I want them to know I'm blushing.
Never mind. Now for the next question. List any extra monies you received as gratuities, gifts, or bonuses from your employer.
Oh, boss, calm down.
Look, Rochester, just finish your income tax, sign it, and mail it in. Look, and I'm going down to my vault to get some money. I owe Frankie Remley $10.
What for?
Oh, it was a silly thing. I bet him that he couldn't go a whole day without taking a drink of liquor.
And he won?
Yeah. Just my luck. He sat on a rusty nail and got lockjaw. I'll be back in a few minutes, Rochester. Gee, it's dark in here. Here come my alligator. Yeah, I don't see Irving. He was sick last week. I hope that veterinarian I sent down made him feel better. Oh, there he is. Hi, Irving. Gee, he's fatter than ever. Come to think of it, I remember the veterinarian going down, but I don't remember him coming up. Oh, well, if I get a bill, I'll know he's all right. Well, here's the vault.
Oh, who goes there, friend or foe?
Friend.
What's the password?
You can take it with you.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Benny.
Yes, how are you feeling, Ed?
Oh, I'm fine today, but yesterday I had a terrible fright.
Really?
Yes, it was just awful. I woke up and I couldn't see a thing.
Gee, what'd you do?
I cut my hair.
Oh. Well, I need some money, Ed. I'll have to open the safe. Let's see. The combination is right to 45, left to 60, back to 15, then left to 110. There. Say, Ed, did the alarm sound a little weaker than usual?
Well, I'll tell you in a minute. I'm counting the dead gophers.
Oh, let's see. Here's a $10 bill. That'll take care of Remley. And I'm taking Mary to Romanoff's for dinner tomorrow, so I better take another $5. Yeah, I'll take 6. I might want dinner, too. Well, I better be going. So long, Ed.
Goodbye, Mr. Benny. Drop me a postcard now and then. Sometimes it gets lonesome.
Yeah. Say, Ed, how long have you been down here?
Oh, it's been years and years. I guess I sort of lost track.
Well...
But we can figure it out. Remember the day you brought me down here? It was your birthday. You were 38.
Gee, it's been that long, huh? Well, Ed, you can't stay down here forever. Have you ever thought of going up?
Yes, I have. When my time comes and Gabriel blows...
No, not that far up. Just upstairs, you know.
Upstairs? Oh, Mr. Benny, you're teasing me.
No, I'm not. See, you've been down here for years and years and years, and just for a little vacation, Ed, I'm going to take you up with me right now. Now, let's go, Ed. Now, follow me.
Oh, all right.
Be careful. Ed, what happened?
You forgot to unchain me.
Oh. There we are. Now, let's go. Right up the steps here. Are you coming, Ed?
Yeah, but I'm getting dizzy. I hope my nose doesn't bleed.
Oh, you'll be all right. Well, here we are, Ed. This is the library.
Say, Ooh.
What's the matter?
Something hurts my eyes.
Oh, you'll get used to it. It's the light from this lamp here.
Lamp?
Yes, you see, all the light comes from this little bulb. You see, it's filled with electricity.
Oh. Is Ben still flying that kite?
No, you don't understand, Ed. I'll explain it to you later. Right now, I want you to meet Rochester. Oh, Rochester!
Coming!
Now, Rochester, Ed may be hungry. Take him in the kitchen and show him the refrigerator.
Refrigerator?
That's something new, Ed.
Oh, I don't care. If I like it, I'll eat it.
Ed, you don't eat the refrigerator. You eat the things inside, you see. It's a place to store things like ham, cheese, steaks, caviar, and turkey.
Oh, is that what it's for?
Rochester.
You learn something new every day.
Don't be funny. You're only confusing Ed. And it's hard enough to explain. I'll get the door. You take Ed in the kitchen and get him something to eat. Coming.
Oh, hello, Jack.
Oh, hiya, Don. Come on in. I've got a surprise for you. You know, you've heard me talk about Ed, that nice old man who's been guarding my vault all these years.
Yes.
Well, a few minutes ago, I brought him upstairs, and I want you to meet him. Come on, he's in the kitchen with Rochester. Rochester, where's Ed?
He's in your bedroom lying down. He's exhausted.
Exhausted?
Yeah, I guess I showed him too much for one day.
What'd you show him?
The Esquire calendar.
Well, maybe the rest will do him good. Oh, excuse me, Don. There's someone at the door. Mr. Sandman, send me a dream. Oh, hello, Dennis.
Hello, Mr. Benny. I just stopped by to ask you if it's all right if I miss rehearsal tomorrow.
And the sportsmen aren't going to be there either. Well, I guess it's okay. Why do you want to miss rehearsal?
Well, I'm going to commit suicide.
Suicide? Again?
I may miss the broadcast, too.
Dennis.
Yeah?
Dennis, look at me.
Huh?
Now, all right, Dennis. I'll go along with you this time. Now, how are you going to commit suicide?
Well, I'm going to hang myself and take poison and jump off the roof and shoot myself.
Oh, I see. Now, Dennis, any one of those methods would kill you. Why are you going to do all of them?
My middle name is Westinghouse, and I want to be sure.
Hey, you know, that's a pretty good joke. Now, let's get serious and forget about suicide.
Yes, sir.
Now, what are you going to sing?
After I'm gone.
Cut that out! Dennis, you are without a doubt the silliest kid I've ever known in my life.
Oh, you're just mad because George Goebel is younger than you are.
Well, he won't always be. Now, go ahead and sing, will you? That was very good, Dennis Westinghouse Day. Now turn out the light in your mouth and go home, will you?
Yes, sir. Goodbye.
Well, I guess I better be running along too, Jack.
Boss!
What's the matter, Rochester?
Boss, it's Ed. He's gone.
What do you mean gone? He was just in my bedroom.
I know, but I went to bring him some milk and crackers, and he wasn't there.
Maybe he's wandering around the house somewhere.
That's what I thought at first, but then I saw that the door from the bedroom to the patio was wide open, and I traced his footsteps to the Coleman's fence.
Gee, I hope he didn't climb the fence.
He tried to, but I think the electricity discouraged him.
What?
His next few footsteps were 10 yards apart.
Gee, this is awful. Poor Ed, he's a confused man. He won't know what to do or where to go. We've got to find him.
No telling what could happen to him, Jack. We'd better get down to the police station.
You're right. Rocha, you stay here in case he comes back. Come on, Don, let's go.
Look, Mr. Benny, would you please relax? Believe me, we're doing everything we can to find your friend.
But, Sergeant, I'm worried. I'm nervous. We've been here 3 hours and nothing's happened.
Now, look, Jack, just quiet down and take it easy. I'm sure everything's going to be all right.
I hope so, Don. Gee, poor Ed lost in a big city like this, and it's all my fault.
Say, Mr. Benny.
Yes, Sergeant, yes.
Mr. Benny, it's a long shot, but they're bringing in the afternoon lineup, and your friend may be in it.
Oh, good. Where are they?
Here they come now. Well, Mr. Benny, can you identify anyone in this group?
All of them. That's my orchestra.
Your orchestra?
Yeah.
Okay, take him away!
Don't be late for rehearsal, fellas. It's the first time they've all had the same beat.
Look, Jack, we're not getting any place here. Why don't we try the Bureau of Missing Persons?
Hey, that's a good idea. Let's go. Do you know where the Missing Persons Bureau is, Don?
No, but it must be somewhere in this building. Maybe that judge would know.
The judge?
Yeah, that man over there in the robe.
Oh, yeah, I'll ask him. Pardon me, sir, but could you tell me if the Missing Persons Bureau is on this floor?
I don't know.
Well, is it upstairs?
I don't know.
Well, is it in this building?
I don't know!
Well, if you don't know anything, what are you doing in that robe?
I'm a test pilot for Lifebuoy, and I just took a shower.
Oh, say, Jack, there's the Missing Persons Bureau right across the hall.
Oh.
Look, there's no sense in the both of us going in there. I better stick with the desk sergeant we were talking to.
Okay, Don, I'll see you later. I wonder who's running this department. Oh, officer! Officer! Are you in charge of the Missing Persons Bureau?
No, Captain O'Shaughnessy is.
Well, I'd like to talk to him.
So would I. He's been missing for 3 weeks.
Oh, fine. Well, maybe you can help me. I want to report a missing person.
All right. Just have a seat.
Thank you.
Now, I want you to give me all the information you can, Mr. Benny.
Oh, you recognize me. I guess you must have seen me on TV.
Yes, I have.
Do you like me?
No.
Well, if you don't like me, why watch my program? Why torture yourself?
Yeah, I don't like me either.
Now, look, I didn't come here.
Excuse me. Hello? Yes, he's here. Here, it's for you, Mr. Sandman.
Mr. Sandman?
You put me to sleep.
Hello?
You can relax, boss. I found Ed, and he's all right.
You found him? Gee, that's wonderful news, Rochester. Where was he?
Hiding in a closet, frightened to death.
Why, what happened?
He went outside and he said he saw a red and yellow dragon eating up a lot of people.
A red and yellow dragon? What was it?
Just passengers getting on the Sunset bus.
Well, tell him not to be afraid, Rochester. I'm coming right home. Now, Ed, believe me, it wasn't a dragon. I've told you 5 times it was a bus that takes on people. It's a mode of transportation.
Transportation? I didn't see any horses.
Ed, they don't need horses anymore. They have motors. Now, look, Ed, calm down. I'm going to take you downtown. We'll go to a picture show. You'll enjoy that.
I'd rather not, Mr. Benny.
What?
I've seen enough. Would you please take me back down to the vault?
Ed, you want to go back to the vault so soon? Why?
Well, it's so peaceful and quiet down there. Everybody up here is in such a hurry, rushing around, all excited. There's noise and confusion. Oh, nobody seems to be really happy.
Look, Ed.
I like it down there in the vault, Mr. Benny. There's nothing to disturb me or frighten me. I'd like to go back.
Well, all right, Ed. Then, in case you ever want to come up again, just let me know, huh?
Thank you, but I don't think I will.
All right, Ed. Rochester, I'm going to take Ed back down to the vault.
Okay, boss. So long, Ed.
Goodbye, man.
Here we are, Ed. Let's go down.
Boss, where are you going?
I got to rush over and do my television show. You better get out the car.
We can't take the car, boss. It's being overhauled.
Well, what are we going to do?
Maybe we ought to take a cab.
No, we can take the red and yellow dragon. Stops right by the studio. Good night, folks. See you on TV.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Rochester, Dennis Day, Bob Crosby, the Sportsman Quartet, and yours truly, Don. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Easter Sunday, and in cities all over the country, people are parading. Right now in Beverly Hills, Jack is getting ready for his stroll down Wilshire Boulevard, as is his custom every Easter. At the moment, he's taking a shower, and Rochester is laying out his clothes.
Mr. Benny's been in that shower a long time, but he always stays in there pretty long. He'd get through sooner if he'd sing in the shower like everybody else instead of playing his violin. But it was pretty clever the way he tied that brush on the end of his violin bow. I'll bet Heifetz can't play Love and Bloom and scrub his back at the same time.
Oh, Rochester. Rochester.
Yes, boss?
I'm through with my shower. Hand me my towel.
Your towel?
All right, the Statlers. Don't be so technical when I'm freezing.
Here you are, and here's your shorts.
Thanks. Gee, that shower was invigorating. You know, Rochester, since I've been dieting, I feel like a new man. I look so much trimmer, don't I?
You look about the same to me, boss.
Oh, don't be silly. I bet I lost a lot of weight. I'll get on the scale and show you. Let's see, here's the card. Let me see what it says. You would be a financial success if you weren't such a spendthrift.
Oh, Scale, calm down.
And here's my weight. 102 pounds? Rochester, this scale is way off.
I could have told you that when you read your fortune.
Never mind. Let's check this scale. Rochester, you get on. See how much you weigh, will you?
Okay, let's see if I got a penny. Yeah, here's one. Well, my weight is correct.
What does the card say on the other side?
Let's see. Tell the previous spendthrift he put in a slug.
Well, it's my scale. I can do what I want. Now, Rochester, did you lay out my clothes?
Yes, sir. Your blue suit is on the bed.
My blue suit? No, I wore that in the Easter parade last year. I better wear something else. Answer the door, Rochester. I'll pick out a suit.
Yes, sir.
Rochester always tries to make me look so conservative. This is the Easter parade. I should wear something springy. Let's see, what could I know, I'll wear my white suit. I bet it's as good as the year I put it away.
Boss, Miss Livingston is here.
Oh, yeah, she's walking in the Easter parade with me. Tell her I'll be right out.
Okay. What are you putting on that white suit for?
I'm going to wear it in the parade.
But, boss, I think the blue one would look a lot...
Rochester, I'm going to wear the white suit, and that settles it.
Okay.
Is he ready, Rochester?
He will be in a few minutes. Say, Miss Livingston, that's a beautiful dress you've got on.
Well, thank you, Rochester.
Oh, hello, Mary. Happy Easter.
Happy... Jack, you're not going to wear that white suit.
Why not? What's wrong with it?
I haven't seen one like that since Admiral Byrd came back from the South Pole.
What are you talking about?
Well, if you're going to wear it, at least wipe that tomato soup satin off the lapel.
That
Stain.
tomato soup what? Well, I've heard everything. Wipe that tomato soup satin?
Tomato soup stain off the lapel.
Well, what for? From a distance, it'll look like a red carnation. Now, come on, Mary, let's go. See you later, Rochester.
Goodbye, boss. Goodbye, Miss Livingston.
Bye, Rochester. By the way, aren't you going out walking in the Easter parade?
Yeah, but first I got to make a call to a girl I have a blind date with. I got to tell her about a change in plans.
Change in plans?
Yeah, I told her to be on the corner of 6th and Central and look for a man wearing a white suit.
Oh, so that's why... Well, wear our blue one. It's your turn to be conservative. Come on, Mary, let's go.
Gee, there are a lot of people out walking on Wilshire Boulevard.
Yeah. You know, this is a wonderful time of the year. I know there's something in the air, a spirit of awakening, of romance. Makes me feel so young. And you know what they say, Mary? In the spring, a young man's fancy turns to love.
Give me your hand, Jack.
Gee, do you feel romantic, too?
No, we're coming to a curb, and I don't want you to fall on your face.
Say, Mary, isn't that Bob Crosby and his wife?
Where?
Walking on the other side of the street.
Oh, yes.
Well, hurry up. Let's cross the street and join them.
But, Jack, it's the Easter parade, and maybe they'd rather walk alone.
Oh, don't be silly, Mary. Bob would be insulted if he thought we saw him and didn't say hello.
Say, June, isn't that Mary Livingston across the street there?
Why, yes. It does look like Mary. But I wonder who that is with her.
Well, I don't know, but from here he looks like Admiral Byrd. Say, whoever he is, he's trying to attract our attention. He's waving his hand.
Now he's waving his hat.
Now he's waving his hair. It's Jack. Yeah, I'm amazed that he's this far down on Wilshire. He usually never gets past the California Bank.
Gee, Bob, I hope he doesn't join us.
Well, why?
Well, I like Jack. But look at the way he's dressed.
Well, just keep walking straight ahead, and we'll pretend that we haven't even seen him.
Oh, Bob! Bob!
Keep walking, honey. There are a lot of Bobs.
Oh, Bob! Bob Crosby!
Keep walking, honey. There's another Bob Crosby in Encino.
Oh, Bing's brother.
He's got me.
hello, kids.
Why, Jack Benny, of all people. Gee, what a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
Hello, Mary. Hello, June. Say, that's a beautiful outfit you've got on. That mink stole is just exquisite.
It sure is. Is it new?
Oh, no. Bob bought it for me when he was with Campbell's Soup.
With Campbell's Soup?
You know, the outfit that made your carnation.
Oh.
Well, we better be running along now.
Yes, Bob.
But aren't you going to walk with us?
Well, gee, we'd love to, Jack, but the kids are home all alone. We just got to get back to them. See you later.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
That was nice running into Bob and June.
Yes, it was.
Gee, what perfect weather. Spring, the skies are clear, the flowers are blooming, the sun is shining. Hey, look who's here, my violin teacher.
Bonjour, Monsieur Benny.
Well, Professor LeBlanc, this is the third year in a row we've met in the Easter parade.
You, I meet. Heifetz is always on the other side of the street.
What's the difference? We're both violinists. Oh, by the way, Professor, this is Miss Livingston. She was at the house the last time you gave me a lesson. Remember?
How could I forget? She applied the tourniquet to my wrist.
Oh, yes, that was such an unfortunate accident.
Unfortunate? Yes. Accident? No. Well, I must go now.
All right, Professor. Don't forget my lesson next Thursday, and have a nice Easter.
Goodbye, Monsieur Benny.
Goodbye. Mary, I can't understand why he hates to give me violin lessons.
I can't understand it either. You play beautifully.
Well, Huh? Mary, that was sweet. What made you say that?
Oh, I don't know. Just an impulse. Yesterday I kicked a cop in the pants.
Sometimes you have to let yourself go, you know. Anyway, Mary, we're certainly running into a lot of people we know, aren't we?
Yeah.
Well, Don Wilson.
Hello, Jack. Hello, Mary.
Say, Don, would you like to walk down Wilshire Boulevard with us?
Oh, I'd love to, Mary, but I'm on the other side of the street.
Oh, yes. Lift your stomach, Don. Here comes a bus. See you later. Come on, Mary. Hey, look, Mary, there's a photographer taking pictures of couples on the street.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to have him take our picture.
Oh, no, Jack. I'm not going to have a picture taken with you wearing that suit.
All right, I'll have one taken myself. Oh, Mister.
Yeah!
I'd like to have my picture taken.
Well, good. Just stand over there, Admiral.
I'm not Admiral Byrd. Now, how would you like me to pose?
Well, first I'd better line you up. There, that does it. Now, would you mind rolling your trousers up above the knees?
Why, do you want to see my legs in the picture?
No, but the less I get of that suit, the better.
Now, wait a minute. I've had enough insults from you.
Here, hold still. I've got you in focus. Now, open your mouth and smile.
Like this?
Righter.
Why do you want my mouth open so wide?
The less I get of that face, the better, too.
Now, cut that out. If you're a photographer, I'm a monkey's uncle.
You have a penis.
Come on, Mary. I'll get my picture taken some other time. How a guy like that ever expects people...
Jack, roll down your pants leg.
Well, come on, Mary. We'll walk as far as La Brea.
Bun.
Huh?
Come here a minute.
Me?
Yeah.
Excuse me, Mary. Yes?
What are you doing?
We're just strolling along in the Easter parade.
How far you going?
To La Brea.
That's fine.
What?
You said you was going to La Brea, and I said that's fine.
Well, wait a minute. Aren't you going to try to talk me out of it?
Not me. This is my day off.
Oh.
Well, happy Easter.
Well, same to you. Same to you. Come on, Mary.
What happened?
Nothing. It's all right. We can go to La Brea. Come on.
Hello, Dennis.
Hello, Mary.
Hey, Dennis, you having a nice Easter?
Oh, sure. I colored Easter eggs all morning, and then I hid them.
Uh-huh.
And then I told my mother to go look for them.
Ooh, that must have been fun.
Oh, no, it was a mess. The eggs splattered all over my mother's new dress, her 2 nightgowns, and 6 of my father's shirts.
Well, Dennis, where'd you hide the eggs?
In the washing machine.
In the washing machine?
Yeah, it was awful.
Dennis, I don't understand this. Colored Easter eggs shouldn't splatter. How long did you boil them?
Oh, boil them!
Dennis, Jack and I are walking down as far as La Brea. Would you like to join us?
Sure, I'm not stuck up.
Well, that's mighty decent of you.
Is that you, boss?
Yes, Rochester, I'm back.
How was the Easter parade?
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Everybody was dressed so nice. I ran into so many people I know. You know, I walked so far my feet hurt.
They do?
Yes. I think I'll soak them in some hot water. Bring me that big pan in the kitchen.
I'm sorry, boss, but somebody else is already using that pan.
Who?
The sound man. His feet hurt worse than yours.
Oh, yes. Good night, folks.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Rochester, Dennis Day, Bob Crosby, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight Jack Benny does another television show. But meanwhile, let's go back to yesterday morning at Jack's house in Beverly Hills. Rochester's just entering the kitchen to prepare Jack's breakfast.
Oh, gee, I'm still sleepy. I better get Mr. Benny's breakfast started. The first thing to do is light the gas. Well, now that the room is lit up, I better turn on the stove. I've got his orange juice in the refrigerator, and the coffee is on. What else should I make the boys? Oh, yes, last night he told me that for breakfast he wanted dollar-sized pancakes. I don't mind making the pancakes, but it's so much trouble putting E pluribus unum on them. Well, the griddle's hot, so I'll pour on the batter. Now, say, the boss's dollar-sized pancakes are just about ready. Well, everything will be ready in a few minutes, and I'll... Coming! Oh, good morning, Mr. Milkman.
Good morning, Rochester. How much milk this morning?
12 quarts.
And how much cream?
4 pints.
Now, let's see. That's 12 quarts of milk and 4 pints of cream.
Uh-huh.
Well, give them to me. That's a great cow Mr. Benny has.
It sure is. Wait a minute. I'll get the stuff out of the refrigerator for you.
You know, Rochester, it's against the city ordinance to keep a cow in Beverly Hills.
Uh-huh.
Well, how does Mr. Benny get away with it?
He painted stripes on it and told everybody it was a pet zebra. Well, here you are. See you tomorrow. Now, let's see. I better carry Mr. Benny's breakfast up to him. Have I got everything on the tray? I wonder if I should bring him the morning paper or not. I better take a look at it first. Yep, I can take it to him. The stock market is up again. I'll never forget that day the market crashed in 1929. Mr. Benny cut his throat. But luckily the iodine he swallowed cured him. That was a bad day for the boss. That was the time his hair turned gray. Even the one at the cleaners.
Good morning, Rochester.
Boss, you're up and dressed already.
Yep, I got up a little early this morning.
Well, here's your breakfast.
Say, this looks real good, Rochester. Oh, look at those pancakes.
What's wrong?
No date on them. Be a little more careful.
I don't want to wind up in Alcatraz for forging pancakes.
Oh, stop. I just want my food to look appetizing, that's all. This coffee is delicious.
It's that new instant coffee.
Instant coffee?
Yeah, Mr. Coleman set it on his windowsill to cool, and it was gone in an instant.
Rochester, you shouldn't have done that. Shut up, you stupid zebra. What does she want to do, get kicked out of Beverly Hills? You know, Rochester, sometimes I think that...
Want me to answer the door, Mr. Benny?
No, you take the dishes back to the kitchen. I'll go to the door. When I'm worried and I can't sleep, I count my money instead of sheep. And I fall asleep counting my money. Yum-dum-dee-dum-da-dee.
Good afternoon, Mr. Benny.
Why, Professor LeBlanc? I didn't expect you. I didn't know I was supposed to take a violin lesson today.
You are not. I came over to talk to you.
Certainly, Professor. What is it?
Mr. Benny, I have a chance to play first violin for the Los Angeles Philharmonic Orchestra.
Oh, that's wonderful, Professor. Is there anything I can do to help?
Yes. Don't tell anyone I ever gave you violin lessons.
Oh. Well, in other words, you want me to give you character references.
Just tell them you don't know me at all.
But, Professor LeBlanc, a word for me might be very helpful. After all, I am a big star.
Mr. Benny, in comedy circles, you are considered one of the biggest laugh-getters in the country. Unfortunately, you are considered the same in music circles.
Well, at least I can wish you luck.
Thank you, Mr. Benny.
When will you give me my next lesson?
I am giving you no more violin lessons. We are through. Finished.
Well, Professor LeBlanc, I guess this is goodbye, huh?
Oui, Monsieur Benny. Au revoir.
Oh, just a second, Professor. Our association has been such a long one, and now it seems to be terminating, so I'd like to give you this extra money as a little bonus.
No, thank you, monsieur. I'd like to remember you just the way you are.
Well, you talked me into it. Goodbye, Professor.
Goodbye, Monsieur Benny.
Gee, I haven't practiced my violin in months. Well, I got nothing to do today. Maybe I ought to start right now. Oh, Rochester.
Yes, sir?
I'm going to do a little practicing. Get me my violin.
Your violin? But, boss, it's broken.
Broken?
Yes, didn't I tell you? Last time you went out on personal appearances, you sent your violin back in your trunk, and when I unpacked it, I found it was smashed.
My violin smashed?
Yes, sir. It's broken to bits. You'll never be able to play it again.
Well, the express company will have to pay for it.
Oh, they'll be glad to.
Never mind. And not only will the express company pay for it, but so will the insurance company.
What do you mean?
Well, don't you remember when I told my agent I was going to play on my personal appearance tour, he suggested I take out accident insurance on my violin.
No, boss. That was on you.
On me?
Yeah, don't you remember the Blue Cross turned you over to the Red Cross, and the Red Cross declared you a potential disaster?
Well, look, send it out to be fixed right away. Say, look what time it is. Oh, Rochester!
Yes, Mr. Benny?
Did Dennis Day call?
Yes, sir. He's got a cold, and he won't be able to go on the picnic with you.
How do you like that? And I made a date with these two girls. Gee, I don't know what to do. Now, who can that be?
Hello, Jack.
Hey, Bob. Bob Hope. Well, it's good to see you, Bob. Come on in.
Okay, but tell me when 12 minutes are up, I only put a penny in your parking meter.
Don't worry, I'll validate your ticket. Come on in. Gee, it's nice of you to drop in on me like this, Bob.
Well, this isn't exactly a social visit.
You mean you have some business to discuss with me?
Yeah, Jack, I came over here about several big business deals.
What are they?
Well, I'd like you for a guest star on my television show, also my radio show. I want you to play a part in my next picture, and I need 3 quarts of zebra milk.
Thanks, Bob. I appreciate your thinking of me. So you want me to do a picture with you, eh?
Yeah, Jack, and it's going to be a very exciting one. You and I play the part of 2 oil prospectors down in Texas.
Say, that sounds good. Tell me something, Bob. Are the people down there really as rich as we keep hearing about?
Oh, they sure are. In fact, Texas is the only place in the world where they send care packages to Beverly Hills.
Care packages to Beverly Hills.
It's true. Down there, Howard Hughes is declared a vagrant.
By the way, Bob, I meant to tell you, I read your book, your new book, Have Tucks Will Travel. I read
Slower.
that.
Say, that's $3.50 for the cloth cover and $1 for the paper cover. That's your regular bookstore. How'd you like what I wrote about you, Jack?
Well, it was very nice, Bob, but I felt that you could have devoted more space to me in your book, considering the fact that I'm responsible for your success in pictures.
How are you responsible for my success in pictures?
Well, if I hadn't been so lousy, you wouldn't have gotten anywhere.
I feel better. No, but I want to tell you, you shouldn't talk that way about yourself, Jack. I think you're great in pictures. In fact, I think you're great in everything you do.
Really, Bob?
Yes, and that's not just my opinion. It's also the opinion of your writers who wrote this script. Hey, now, Jack, getting back to the picture, do you want to be in it with me?
I guess so. What is it going to be called?
The Road to Dallas.
Hey, wait a minute. You make all of your road pictures with Bing Crosby. How come he's not going to be in this one?
Well, as I told you, it's going to be made in Texas, and Bing is a little sensitive about Texas since they turned him down.
Turn him down for what?
He wanted to buy it.
No. Bob, look at, I know that Bing is loaded. I mean, he's got a lot of dough. How could any one man buy the state of Texas?
Gary's working now.
Oh, yes, I forgot. Okay, Bob, it's a deal.
Good. Well, I guess I'll be running along.
So long, Bob. It was nice. Hey, wait a minute. Bob, you can do me a big favor if you're not doing anything this afternoon.
Not doing anything. I have a radio rehearsal. I have a script conference for my TV show. I have to go to a bookstore and autograph copies of Have Tucks Will Travel. I have to be interviewed for a fan magazine. I have costumes fittings for my picture.
Oh, it's a shame you're so busy, Bob. You see, I have a date with 2 girls.
Where do we pick them up?
At their apartment. Now, we're late now, so I'll call the girls and tell them that you're coming instead of Dennis Day.
Was that on the phone, Mabel? With Mr. Benny, Gertrude. He says Dennis Day can't come with us on the picnic. That's too bad. So he's bringing Bob Hope instead. That's even worse. What are you talking about? Well, I know a girl who's been out with Bob a couple of times, and she complained about that nose of his. That's some nose he's got. Yeah. But it can be very economical. With Bob, a girl can get kissed and have her ears pierced at the same time. Well, I'd still rather kiss Bob than Jack. I kissed him once and it was awful. What's wrong with kissing Benny? Well, with his eyes and those thick glasses, you feel like you're studying a blue bottle fly under a microscope. You know something, you're right. I'm kind of excited about this date. How do I look? Okay. Are the seams in my stocking straight? This one is. And this one is. But this one isn't. Stop trying to be funny. Now, come on, let's stop arguing. We're supposed to wait in front of the house. Okay, I'm ready. See, we got a real nice day for the picnic. Oh, I gotta go back in. Why? I forgot the opener for the canned beer. Don't bother. With Hope's nose, we won't need one. Oh, look. There they come down the block. Wave to them. I think they see us.
Gee, it was real nice of you to come on this date with me, Bob.
Well, don't worry, Jack. The pleasure's all mine.
Oh, look. Look, there are the girls we have the date with.
Those? Those?
Now, wait a minute. Don't look so disappointed, Bob. I'll admit they're not exactly chickens.
Oh, I don't know. The tall one has feathers growing out of her neck.
Now, look, Bob.
Jack, are you sure we're taking those two on a picnic?
Yes, why?
They look more like something you'd find at a picnic.
Look, Bob, please act nice. Come on, I'll introduce you. Hello, Mabel. Hello, Gertrude.
Hello, Jack.
I'd like you to meet a friend of mine. This is Bob Hope.
Hello, Bob. Hello, Bob.
Hello, girls.
Look, it's getting late. Now, let's get started for the picnic.
Hey, let's rest. I'm getting tired.
Okay. There's a couple of nice places where we can eat our food. Here under this tree or by that little stream.
Well, let's eat here under the tree, fellas. It's safer. What do you mean it's safer, Mabel? Well, in case something starts chasing us, we can climb the tree. What's going to chase us?
Don't look at me.
Come on, let's have some fun. Let's go wading in the stream.
Okay, Jack. Come on, Bob. Come on, Gertrude.
Boy, what slowpokes you are. I'm the first one to get my shoes and socks off.
Hey, Mabel, look. Look what funny feet he has. Only 5 toes.
Come on, let's get in the water.
Fellas, look at that frog.
Yeah, there he goes.
Look, if you want to catch him, you better...
Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Don't just stand there. Pull him out.
Gee, that's a big frog. It used to be a cow.
This is silly. I'm getting out of here. Ooh, I'm slipping.
Look out, Jack.
Help, I can't swim. I can't swim.
Well, try standing. The water's only 3 inches deep.
Come on, help me. Build a fire. I'm getting a chill.
Okay, but I haven't got any matches.
I haven't got any. I haven't got any either. How'll we start the fire?
Why don't you try rubbing your legs together?
Why don't you forget you're a comedian? Everybody else has.
Can you imagine being knifed like that doing a benefit? I knew I should have never come over to this network without taking shots. They break all 3 of your legs.
Look, kid.
That's all I have. Go on.
Look, kid. I have my cigarette lighter here. I'll start the fire. Ah, that's better.
Come on, let's eat. We can start with sandwiches while the wieners are roasting.
Oh, gee, this beer is good and cold.
You see, Mabel, I told you we didn't need a can opener.
I don't miss Crosby at all tonight.
Pass me one of those sandwiches, please.
Here you are, Jack.
Thanks. Now, let's all enjoy ourselves.
Yeah, we certainly have a beautiful sunny day for our picnic.
That's right. Hey, you know, Jack, it's funny.
What is?
Well, here we are, two comedians. Between us, we must have told millions of jokes about how it rains in California when it really doesn't.
Yeah, but our listeners know that it's all in fun.
Sure, anyone who's ever been here knows it never rains in California.
If it did rain, what would be funny about telling all the jokes, huh?
That's the basic humor of the whole thing.
Yeah. I'll have another chicken sandwich, Mabel.
So will I. You know, Jack, we should thank our lucky stars that we live in California.
Yeah, what a country. Well, it's about time we started back. Shall we go get in the car?
No, let's wait here till it floats by. We're downhill.
Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I was going to tell you about my television show, but we're a little late, so tune in and watch it. Good night, Bob. Good night, folks.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Rochester, Dennis Day, Bob Crosby, and yours truly, Don Wilson.
Well, I better be getting home.
Is that you, Mr. Benny?
Yes, Rochester. Any mail or phone calls?
Both. We got a bill from the phone company.
A bill from the phone company?
Yeah, for the month of May.
But this is only April.
It's for 1954.
We paid that in August.
That was 1952.
What happened in 1953?
They took the phone out.
What?
That's the year we used carrier pigeons.
Oh, yeah. But I had to stop that. Everybody in Pershing Square knew my business. Well, I think I'll go in the library and read a while.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. Mr. Wilson is here to see you.
Don Wilson, where is he?
Asleep in the den.
Asleep? Well, I'll go in and see him. Look at him lying there. It's the only room I've ever seen with wall-to-wall flab. You know, Rochester dreams are funny. Did I tell you about the one I had last night?
No, what was it?
What a dream. You know, I dreamt I was shipwrecked on a desert island.
Huh?
And on this island, there was nothing but girls. Hundreds of the most beautiful girls you've ever seen.
Uh-huh.
What a dream. They formed a circle and danced around me, made me their king. Then night came.
And what happened?
Suddenly a sign flashed on saying, "Please stand by. Our picture has been temporarily interrupted." I don't know. When I dream about cowboys, I always finish them. Oh, well.
Want me to answer the phone, Mr. Benny?
Yes, please, Rochester.
Mr. Benny's residence.
Hello, Rochester. I'd like to speak to Mr. Benny. This is Sammy the drummer.
Just a second. Oh, Mr. Benny, it's for you. It's Sammy the drummer from your orchestra.
Oh, thanks. Hello, Sammy.
Say, Jack, would it be okay if Charlie Bagby missed the band rehearsal tomorrow?
Why, what's the matter with Charlie?
Well, he hasn't recovered from the accident he had on the fishing trip we took to Lake Mead last week.
I didn't know he had an accident. What happened?
He fell off the boat and disappeared under the water.
Disappeared under the water?
Yeah, we couldn't find him. We tried everything. We even baited a hook with a bottle of Old Crow, hoping he'd bite on it.
That ought to trap Charlie.
It didn't, though. All we caught was Frank Remley.
Wait a minute. Remley didn't fall in the water, too, did he?
He wasn't even on a boat. He swam in from Los Angeles.
I knew he could do it. It's wonderful to see Frankie do the Australian crawl across the Mojave Desert. Well, we'll try to rehearse without Bagby. So long, Sammy.
Goodbye. Oh, by the way, Jack, I want to thank you for lending me that the other night.
Oh, that's all right, Sammy. The next time, don't part it in the middle, you know. So long.
Want me to answer the door?
No, I'll get it. Oh, Mr. Sandman, let me finish my dream. The one on the island, I'll keep it clean.
Oh, hello, Mr. Benny.
Oh, hello, Dennis. Come on in. How you feeling, kid?
Fine. I came over to ask you a favor.
A favor?
Yeah, I'm on my way to buy a new suit, and I thought maybe you'd help me pick one out.
Dennis, you're a grown man. Surely you ought to know how to pick out a suit for yourself.
Well, I don't.
You don't? Haven't you ever bought a new suit before?
Not since I worked for you.
Now, wait a minute, Dennis. I pay you a good salary. What do you do with your money?
Oh, I've been saving it for a rainy.
What?
In California, that can break you.
Look, Dennis.
Last January, I had to float a loan.
Now, cut that! And stop with those jokes about rain in California. We need rain. If it didn't rain in California, what would happen to the crops?
What are you growing this year?
Rice. Now, dry your feet and let me hear the song you're going to do on the show Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Dennis, that was very, very good.
A lot you know about singing.
Oh, be quiet.
I thought it was good, too.
Oh, Don, you're awake. No, Don, I can't understand why you came over to my house to sleep.
Well, Jack, that was really an accident. I came about something else.
Oh, what was it?
Well, I read something in one of the trade papers that might interest you. 20th Century Fox is making a big CinemaScope picture, and they're looking for someone...
A leading man?
No.
A leading man?
No,
a leading
Jack.
Man?
Jack, they've already got a leading man.
Oh.
They wanted me, but I didn't have a new suit.
Stop, will you?
Well, here, Jack, I brought the column over with me. You can read it yourself.
Let's see. Production is being held up on one of Fox's epics because the time of the picture is the early 20s, and they are unable to locate a very vital prop, a 1923 Maxwell. Mr. Zanuck will pay handsomely to anyone who can supply such a car. Oh, boy, that's the model I have, a late 1923 Maxwell. Am I in luck?
What are you going to do?
I'm going right over there with my car. Oh, Rochester!
Yes, Mr. Benny?
Get the car. We're going over to 20th Century Fox Studios.
Fox Studios? With pictures I thought we were Oscarspiel.
It's not me they want, it's my car. Come on, let's get going.
Yeah, but what about my suit?
We'll drop you off on the way to the studio. Do you want to come too, Don?
No, I'll just stay here and sleep.
Okay, come on, Dennis. Let's get in the car. Dennis, what kind of a suit do you want to get?
Well, something with 2 pair of pants. I can wear them both at once like my friend does.
Your friend wears 2 pairs of pants at once? What's his name?
Mendel. He's a horse.
Oh, yes, I met him this afternoon.
He counts better than I do.
I know. Come on, get in the car. Okay, start the car, Rochester.
Yes, sir.
I wonder if this causes smog or if smog causes this. Try it again, Rochester.
Yes, sir.
I wonder why it won't start.
Oh, it's my fault, Mr. Benny. I forgot to put in the clutch.
Rochester, where are you going?
To get the clutch.
Now, look, stop with the jokes and start the car, will you?
Yes, sir.
There, it's going. Now turn here, Rochester, then go straight down to Pico.
Yes, sir.
Hey, look at that!
What?
Up in the sky, that blue and gray pigeon with the thing tied to his leg.
No wonder Claudette didn't come to my party last year. She didn't get the invitation. Everybody from Pershing Square was there, but no Claudette.
Gee, boss, the gateman let us drive it right into the studio with the car.
Yeah, he said he'd phone the producer, Mr. Kearns, to tell him we were coming. That must be him over there signaling us to stop. Are you Mr. Kearns?
Oh, yes. Are you the man with the car?
That's right. Here it is.
Oh, wait a minute. This won't do at all. We want a Maxwell. And on this car it says Lincoln.
He was the first owner.
Now, don't be so funny. That's a Lincoln hubcap we found, Mr. Kearns.
Oh, well, then why are you using it for a door?
Because it fits. It fits. It's a 1923 Maxwell.
Oh, yes, so it is. So it is. Oh, now, Mr. Benny, let's get down to business. Will $50 be all right?
Only 50? Make it 75 and it's a deal.
Oh, that's a lot of money for renting a car, $75 a day.
A day? I thought you wanted to buy it. Yeah, I think 50 is a fair price.
Oh, good. Now, I'd like to hear how the motor sounds.
Rochester, start the car again, will you?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's good.
By the way, Mr. Kearns, what are you going to use my car for?
Well, when the picture opens, we see a shot of this car driving down the street, and Marilyn Monroe is sitting in it.
Marilyn Monroe? Rochester, the radiator blew its cap. See if you can fix it.
Well, the motor sounds okay. You can turn it off. Now, Mr. Benny, if you'll just sign this paper, we'll consummate the deal.
Okay, but what else are you going to do with my car in the picture?
Well, in the final scene, we're going to run it off a 1,000-foot cliff.
My car? You're going to run my car off a cliff?
Yes. You mean it hasn't already been done?
Certainly not. And I can't agree to a deal like that. This car's been with me so long, it's almost part of me. Gee, if this car were run off a cliff, it would be like me being pushed off a cliff.
That's a deal you should discuss with Warner Brothers.
Well, your deal might not be too bad. I think that I might consider...
Jack! Oh, gosh, I've looked all over for you.
Why, Don?
Claudette Colbert got your invitation. She'll be at your party Saturday.
Well, what do you know? The pigeon finally made it. If he gets back in time, we'll have squab.
Hold still, Mr. Benny.
Look,
Please,
want
Mr. Benny, don't talk till I'm finished taking your temperature and your pulse.
Now, look, Jack, you better not move or you'll disturb the splints.
How was I to know when the car went over the cliff I'd have to be driving it? Some people won't do for money. I think that's the silliest thing Hello? Oh, now, wait a minute. Well, okay, I'll be there.
Who was that, Jack?
Fox Studios. Tomorrow I do retakes. Good night, folks.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Rochester, Dennis Day, Bob Crosby, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight Jack Benny does his last television show of the season. But meanwhile, let's go back to yesterday. It's spring again. And as we take you out to Jack's home in Beverly Hills, we find Rochester up in the attic, busy with the spring cleaning.
Well, I got all the magazines stacked up. Now I'll move this box over and... Hello, what's this? I never saw these before. A bundle of Mr. Benny's old love letters. I wonder if I should... No, I'd be a heel if I read them. But nobody would know I'm a heel but me, and I ain't going to tell anybody. I think I'll open this pink one first. Well, look at this. My darling Blossom Boy. I've been thinking of you all day. I still thrill to the memory of how you said goodnight to me and crushed me in your powerful arms. Powerful arms? That can't be the boss. I know how excited you must be about having been elected captain of our school football team. But I can't get over your reluctance to talk about it. You're so modest. Modest? That can't be the boss. We sure had fun celebrating your election at the ice cream parlor. And wasn't it lucky I had my purse when you discovered you forgot your money? That's my boy. And another thing.
Oh, Rochester, when you finish up here in the attic, Hey, what are you doing with those old letters?
I'm putting them away.
Rochester, have you been reading my old love letters?
Oh, no, boss, not me.
Well, then put them away and straighten up this pile of books in the corner.
Okay, Blossom Boy.
Oh, so you have been reading them.
Just one of them, boss. The one that signed Eloise.
Eloise. Oh, yes. Eloise Stanley. Rochester, you should have seen her. Long golden curls, big brown eyes, rosy cheeks, dimples. When she smiled, she was the silliest looking dame you ever saw. Now, come on, let's finish straightening the attic. Put that carton on top of the trunk.
Yes, sir. How about putting the... Boss, what are you looking at?
This old picture album. Most of them were taken when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah. Say, who's that man in this picture here? A relative?
No, he was my first violin teacher. May he rest in peace. And oh, look, here's a picture of me taken when I was 2 years old. Look at me lying there in bed hugging that big teddy bear.
Yeah. Doggone, it's almost as big as the one you sleep with now.
Not quite. And this is my sister, Florence.
Who's that on the other page?
Oh, that's my second violin teacher. May he rest in peace. Oh, look, here's a picture of my graduating class in grammar school.
Gee, they sure are a nice-looking bunch of kids. Wait a minute, boss, I don't see you.
Well, I took the picture. See, I had a little photography business on the side. And look, here's a picture of our house in Waukegan.
Sure is a nice place. Who's the man standing out in front?
Oh, he's my third violin teacher.
Is he resting in peace?
I don't know. He ran away and joined the Foreign Legion. And Rochester, here's the picture of... Oh, that must be some of my gang. We're going to rehearse here today.
You want me to come down and take notes?
No, I think there'll be a lot of changes in the script, so I asked my secretary, Jeanette Iman, to come over. See you later. Gee, seeing all those pictures reminds me of the very first violin concert I gave before an audience of thousands of people. May they rest in peace. What memories. Coming. Oh, hello, Dennis.
Hello, Mr. Benny.
What are you giggling about, kid?
Well, this morning I went out in my yard and I caught a gopher.
Why should I make you laugh?
I got him in my shirt and he tickles.
Dennis, you got a gopher inside your shirt?
No, I just said that for a joke. Why didn't you laugh?
A joke?
You got no sense of humor at all.
Look.
No wonder they put your program on Sunday when people are at church.
Close the door and come inside.
Oh, am I on time for rehearsal?
You're the first one here. I asked you to come a little early on purpose. I sent you your new contract, Dennis, last week. Have you signed it?
Well, no, it hasn't come back from the doctor yet.
The doctor?
My mother knows how you like to hide clauses, so she's having it x-rayed.
Oh, your mother. She's never satisfied with anything.
Oh, you're wrong about that, Mr. Benny. She liked the present I gave her this morning for her birthday.
Say, today is her birthday.
Uh-huh. Well, what did you receive on my mother's birthday, Mr. Benny?
Dennis, why should I get presents on your mother's birthday?
Oh, it's in our contract.
Oh, yes.
Gee, I don't know what to get you for Labor Day.
You'll think of something. Sing the song you're going to do on the show.
Okay. Oh, how'd you like it, Mr. Benny?
Oh, that was fine, Dennis. It'll probably sound even better, you know. Come in. Oh, hello, Miss Simon.
Hello.
Well, summer must be around the corner when my little secretary comes to rehearsal in a bare midriff.
Well, the weather's kind of warm, and this midriff dress is comfortable.
Yeah, but it must be very inconvenient.
What do you mean, inconvenient?
No place to carry a gopher.
Dennis, stop. Now, Miss Simon, you know I'm not a very strict boss, and I don't care how you dress when you're not working. But I do think those bare midriffs are a little immodest.
You're modest, but everybody out here wears them.
Not my girlfriend, Gladys. She's too modest to wear them.
Well, she's not modest. She just doesn't want to show her tattooing.
Dennis.
She has more pictures on her than Channel 2.
Now, be quiet. One little battleship, and everybody makes a big thing out of it.
Well, hi, Jack. I'm not late for rehearsal, am I?
No, come on in, Don. I'm glad you brought the sportsman with you. Hi, fellas. Say, come on in, everybody. Say, Don, how come you're dressed that way?
Oh, I just came from the golf course, Jack. I played 18 holes this morning.
I didn't know you played golf.
Yeah, I just took up the game. I take lessons twice a week now.
Oh, that's how are you playing?
Oh, pretty good. But I'm having a lot of trouble with my tee shots.
Well, Don, hitting off the tee is one of the easiest shots in golf. You just remember one thing. Keep your eye on the ball.
That's my trouble. I know it's down there, but I'm not sure where.
Well, with you, that could be a problem, you know. What course did you play today?
Oh, I was out at your club, Jack, Hillcrest, and I was doing all right until I came to that fourth green, you know, the one that's down in a gully.
Wait a minute, Don. The fourth green isn't in a gully. It's on top of a hill.
Not anymore.
Look, Don, if you...
Come on, let's get this rehearsal over with. My gopher's getting hungry.
Dennis, you said it was a joke. Now leave it alone.
I think we ought to get started. It's getting late, Jack.
Jack? Miss Iman, you called me Jack.
What do you want me to call you, Blue Eyes?
Not during business hours. That's for night. Or drive-in movies. Now, come on, let's all go in the den and rehearse. Huh?
Boss, you can't rehearse. The scripts haven't arrived from the studio yet.
That's funny. They always send them to my house so we can... Hey, that must be the scripts now. Come in.
Hello, everybody. Long time no see.
Well, Steve. Hey, kids, this is my publicity man, Steve Bradley. Steve, what brings you around? What's up?
Benny, I'm worried. You're slipping, Dad. We got to do something about your publicity.
Publicity? Well, that's your department.
I know, and I've been working like crazy to get a good stunt to land you on the front pages. Benny, I want you to be as well known as Smog.
Smog? What's good about smog?
It's in the public eye. Oh, Benny, I'm thinking every minute.
No, bro. Look, Steve, can't you wait?
Can't wait. No time to lose. I thought this was so urgent that when I couldn't reach you by telephone, I sent a message by carrier pigeon.
Carrier pigeon? Well, that must have been the pigeon that landed on my windowsill.
Yeah. Didn't you see the message tied to its ankle?
Message? Rochester!
Don't look at me. You ate the legs.
Gee, I thought the paper on that leg was a panty.
Now, Benny, I've been giving this serious thought. We've got to come up with something for you, something unusual, some sort of a stunt.
Now, wait a minute, Steve. Wait a minute. I don't want any more of your stunts.
Wait a minute, Benny. Wait a minute. Hold it.
What?
Why didn't I think of this before? What an idea.
All right, what is it?
Baseball.
Huh?
Look, some years ago, Bob Hope bought himself the Cleveland Indians. Bing Crosby bought the Pittsburgh Pirates. And today, who is everybody talking about?
George Goebel.
What?
And there you are.
Oh, be quiet. Now, Steve, what are you getting at?
Benny, you've got to have a baseball team.
Well, look, Steve, I like the idea, but a baseball team is liable to run into a lot of money.
Leave it to me, Benny. I'll find you a team that won't cost you much dough.
Well, good.
I'll get you a team that's unknown, but with a proper training, in a year or two, you can sell them to somebody else and clear yourself a net profit of $1 million.
All right, Steve. It sounds like a great idea. Go out and get me a baseball team.
Leave it to me, Benny. So long, everybody.
You know, kids, I think Bradley's got a good idea with that baseball team.
Certainly has, Jack.
I think this baseball idea is going to work out great. It'll give me a lot of publicity.
You're right, Jack. After all, baseball's the national sport. Everybody loves it.
Don's right, Mr. Benny. You know, yesterday a bunch of my friends came over to my house and asked me to play baseball.
Oh, did you play?
Sure, but every time I hit the ball, I broke a window.
What?
I broke 7 windows.
Well, kid, maybe when you went outside, you played too close to the house.
Oh, outside!
Look, Dennis, why can't you...
Jack, look, I haven't been home yet from the golf course, so let's get on with the rehearsal, will you?
Don, we can't. The scripts aren't here yet.
Oh, yeah. Well, why don't you call up CBS and see what's wrong?
All right, I will. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. I know a way to save 80 cents. I'll drill a hole and I'll look through the fence. Dum-dum-dee-dum-da-dee-dum.
Oh, Mabel. What is it, Gertrude? Your outside line is flashing. You get it, will you? Okay. Columbia Broadcasting System. Oh, hello. What? Just a minute, I'll connect you. Mabel, it's Mr. Benny. I wonder what Blossom Boy wants now. He wants me to connect him with the mimeograph department because they haven't delivered his scripts yet. Scripts? Well, how do you like that? And he palms himself off as an ad-lib comedian. Yeah. He couldn't ad-lib a click if he had false teeth. Ain't it the truth? I don't care if he can ad-lib or not. I think he's cute. Now, why should you think he's cute? He's gone out with me more times than he has with you. He has not. He has to. Oh, Mabel, let's not argue. When we look like we do, we should be happy we got each other. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm expecting Mr. Benny to pop the question any day now. Pop the question? Why, Mabel, how do you know what happened? What did he say? He didn't say anything. He just kissed me, and I felt so silly. Why? When he kisses me with those thick glasses on, I feel like I'm window shopping. I know just what you mean. You do? Yeah. One time when he was kissing me, I saw my reflection in his glasses, and I thought my mother was watching us.
Operator, I want the mimeograph department. What? Well, when you get them, tell them to send the scripts out to my house. Goodbye. There's nothing to do but wait, I guess. We won't be able to rehearse now.
Hold everything, Benny, I'm back.
Steve.
Yeah, Benny, you wanted a baseball team and Bradley didn't let you down.
Hey, that's swell.
Now, just sign this contract and the team is yours for $1,000.
Good. There you are. Now, what's the name of the team?
The BBBs.
BBBs? What's that?
Benny's Buxom Bloomer Girls.
Bloomer Girls?
Certainly, Benny, I can see it now. All over the sporting page. Pictures of Bob Hope and his Indians, Bing Crosby and his Pirates, Jack Benny and his Bloomers.
But, Steve, you can't do this
So
to me.
long, Benny. See us field.
Steve! Steve! How do you like that? A girls' team. I got a mind to...
Oh, Mr. Benny.
What?
Your slip is showing.
Imagine a girls' baseball team. Well, Rochester, I got to rush over to the studio and do my last television show of the season.
Yes, I know. Say, boss, usually on your last show you send out tickets to all your friends.
I did this time, Rochester. Everyone I know is going to be in that audience except Mr. Scarlatti.
Mr. Scarlatti? Who's he?
My fourth violin teacher. May he rest in his straitjacket. Anyway, folks, I'll see you in a few minutes on my television show and next week again on radio.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Rochester, Dennis A. Bob Crosby, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, every spring, as soon as the warm weather starts in California, Jack Benny and his gang take a day off and go out to the beach. As we look in on Jack's home, he and Rochester are preparing for this annual picnic.
Rochester, have you got everything?
I think so, boss.
Towels, bathing caps, suntan oil?
Uh-huh.
Did you pack enough lunch?
I put in some sandwiches, potato salad, pickles, celery, olives, and 60 hard-boiled eggs.
60? How come we've got so many hard-boiled eggs?
Don't you remember you were faster than any of the kids on Easter morning?
Oh, yes. I guess I was pretty lucky. Now, Rochester, I wonder if we should fill the thermos bottle with orangeade or lemonade.
I'd suggest lemonade. That'll mix with anything.
Look, we're just going to have soft drinks. The musicians aren't coming this time. There'll be just my gang and the kids from the Beverly Hills Beavers Club.
Boss, you've been running that Beavers Club a long time, haven't you?
Yes, sir. The club remains the same, but the kids come and go.
Mr. Banks, do you ever hear from any of the original members?
Yep. One of them's Vice President Nixon now. If I'm ever in Washington, I must look him up. He left owing 15 cents in dues. Now, Rochester, I want to take along my swim fins and diving mask so I can practice spear fishing. Maybe you'd like to try it out this afternoon.
No, thanks. I don't want to go down there. I might run into a shark or an octopus.
You mean if you had your knife and your spear, you'd still be afraid of an octopus?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Boss, there's something romantic about having two arms around you, but the mood changes as the number increases.
Look, Rochester, there's nothing to be afraid of. An octopus always gives warning by putting out an ink-like fluid.
Yeah, but it would just be my luck to run into one of those paper-made kind that's leak-proof.
Now, that's silly.
Silly or not, I don't want anything to do with any octopuses.
All right, Rochester, but for your information, the plural of octopus is not octopuses. It's octopi.
Uh-huh.
You shouldn't be afraid of them. They're completely dumb, unintelligent creatures.
Uh-huh.
They have no reasoning powers at all. They operate completely on instinct.
Uh-huh.
Believe me, Rochester, they're more afraid of you than you are of them.
You sold me, boss, but who's going to sell the octopi?
You ever have octopi a la mode? That's the silliest thing I ever thought of. I just thought of it. Look, Rochester, forget it. You finish the packing. I'm going to call Bob Crosby and see if he's ready to go to the picnic. I don't know why I bothered to tell Rochester that the plural of octopus is octopi. He isn't going to hang around for more than one anyway. I don't know why he's so...
Hello.
Hello, Bob. Oh, Bob, this is Jack. What time do you want to leave?
Well, it's 11 now. I'd like to get going before noon.
Okay, then you pick me up. So long.
Bye.
Who was it, Bob?
Oh, that was Jack. He wanted to know if we were ready.
Well, I've got everything packed.
Good. And June, I think I'll take along an extra pair of swimming trunks for Jack. You know, I don't want him to embarrass everybody like he did in Palm Springs.
Well, Bob, that wasn't altogether Jack's fault. Don't you remember? He forgot his and had to borrow one.
Well, all right, so he borrowed a suit from Mary, but did he have to wear the top?
Yeah. Didn't he look silly?
And not only that, honey, but you should have heard him trying to explain his tan to the boys in the steam room.
By the way, Bob, who's going to the beach?
Oh, Jack's taking the beavers and the whole gang.
Oh, is Dennis Day coming again?
Yeah. Oh, you're not still mad at him from last year, are you?
Certainly I am. What a stupid kid.
Yeah, but Junie,
Imagine him coming up to me and saying, the last one in the water is a rotten egg. I was in over my head before I realized I still had my clothes on. It was awful.
Oh, Dennis is always pulling that trick. Well, if I'm going to pick Jack up in my car, I better call Don Wilson and ask him to pick Dennis up.
Oh, Donald, Bob Crosby just called. You're supposed to pick up Dennis.
Okay, I'll be out in a second, Lois. I'm trying on my new bathing suit.
Well, hurry, dear. I've got the lunch pack, the towels, and everything else.
Well, here I am. How do I look?
Oh, they look fine. Turn around.
Okay. These are Catalina swim trunks.
I know. From the back, you look like Avalon. You know, really, dear, you should go on a diet.
Oh, but Lois, you know I've tried everything to lose weight. I even went to that psychiatrist last week. He gave me every kind of test. Then he said my tendency toward obesity was caused by my psychosomatic obsessions, which might be terminated by prefrontal lobotomy, provided my alter ego repressed my subconscious foreseen tendencies.
My goodness. What does that mean?
I eat like a pig.
Well, you do overeat, Don. And not only is it making you heavy, but it's wearing out your teeth.
Rochester, carry all the stuff out in front of the house so we'll be ready as soon as Bob Crosby comes by.
Okay. By the way, Mr. Benny, you know you said I could have tonight off, and I'd like to go to the movies.
That's right. What about it?
Well, yesterday was payday, and you forgot to pay me.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry about that, Rochester. I'll write you out a check right now. You think they can cash it at the movie?
Boss, they can cash my check at the popcorn stand.
Never mind. Now, let's get this stuff out in front of the house, and I'll help you. All of it. That's it. Now, let's pile it all up here by the curb. Do we have everything, Rochester?
Let's see what's here. The thermos jug, lunch basket, plates, towels, extra bathing suits.
Now, we got the bathing caps, the swim fins, surfboard, beach umbrella.
Portable stove, coffee pot, and beach chairs.
Yeah. Gee, it makes quite a pile here on the sidewalk.
Dennis, I've got the lunch all ready for you.
Well, thank you, Mother.
Now, have you got everything else?
Yes, Mother, my swimming trunks, towel, and my beach umbrella.
Good. Remember what I told you. I want you to sit in the shade of the umbrella all the time.
Must I, Mother?
Yes, Dennis. Enough people are saying you've been out in the sun too long already. And that reminds me, do you have enough suntan oil?
Oh, yes, I've got a whole bottle.
Good. And this time, remember, rub it on, don't drink it.
Okay. Gee, Mother, I do wish you were coming to the beach with us.
I do, too. Mainly out of curiosity. You know, I've never seen Benny in a bathing suit. He must be awfully thin.
Yeah, when he puts on a bathing cap, he looks like a plumber's friend. Well, I'm ready to go now. You know, Mother, I remember once you and Dad took me to the beach when I was a little boy.
Remember the fun we had?
Uh-huh. And remember the games we played?
Yes. Remember how we buried you in the sand?
Yeah, and the next day the cop made you come back and dig me up again.
Yes. That's how the expression first started.
Oh, what expression?
Dig that crazy kid. Look, Dennis. You still have some time before Don Wilson gets here. Why don't you sing a song for me?
All right, Mother. I'll do the one I'm going to do on Mr. Benny's show next Sunday.
All right, gang. All right, kids. All right, everybody. Another 5 minutes in the water, and then we'll all have to come out.
Yeah, we ought to build a fire before it gets too dark.
Gee, Mr. Benny, this picnic is real fun. Only you should have invited more girls.
Well, who, for instance?
Well, the 2 CBS telephone operators.
Gee, I didn't think of them. No, they came along last year. They're real fun, too. Especially that Mabel Flapsaddle.
Yeah. Yeah, every time you threw that stick in the water, she'd bring it back in her teeth.
Yeah, and the money she'd save on towels. She'd always shake herself dry. All right, now. Come on, everybody. Out of the water. Out of the water, everybody.
Oh, boy, let's start a fire. Let's start a fire. I'm hungry.
Let's all get dressed, and then we'll start the fire. Okay, everybody bring all that driftwood here and pile it in the center. Now, I'll start the fire. I got the matches.
Hey, but Jack, we just got wood, no paper to start it with.
That's right. Look around for some paper, kids.
Hey, we can start it with this. I just found some dry seaweed.
Dennis, give me that. It slipped off my head. Now go find some paper. Boy, the fire will be going in just a few minutes, so get your marshmallows ready.
Hey, wait a minute, fellas. Who's this man coming toward us?
Where? Oh, yeah.
Well, what's going on here? Are you fellas having a picnic?
Yes.
That ain't much of a fire you got there. You'll never cook anything on that.
Look, mister.
You're supposed to cross the sticks when you build a fire and leave room for the air under there.
Look, don't tell me how to build a fire. I used to be a Boy Scout.
With that seaweed on your head, you look like Father Neptune.
Look, fellas, this is a private party.
Mr. Benny, I can get rid of him.
Dennis, keep out of this. Now, mister, why don't you go away and leave us alone?
What's the matter? It's a free beach. I can go wherever I want to.
Mr. Benny, I'm sure I can get rid of him.
Well, all right, Dennis. Go ahead and try.
Okay.
Last one in is a rotten egg.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes another program. And we'll be... Oh, there's the phone. Excuse me. Hello? Oh, hello, Mary. Oh, you heard from your mother? Oh, she got the flowers I wired her yesterday for Mother's Day. Good. Was she surprised when the Western Union boy brought them to the door? Oh, she's the Western Union boy. Well, I'm glad she got them. Goodbye, Mary. A happy Mother's Day, everybody.
Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Rochester, Tennessee, Bob Crosby, and yours truly, Don Wilson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's turn the clock back to Wednesday and go out to Jack Benny's house in Beverly Hills. It's morning, and at the moment, Rochester is busy cleaning the den.
Oh, it's a long, long long time, from June to September. But when you haven't been paid, there's much to remember. Well, that takes care of the vacuuming. I better empty the bag. Mr. Benny's residence, star of stage, screen, radio, television, and mambo lessons from 6 to 8.
You can skip the commercial, Rochester. This is Susie.
Oh, Susie. How are you, honey?
Don't honey me. I haven't heard from you all week.
All week? I called you the night before last.
You did?
Yeah, you weren't home and I talked to your mother.
That's funny. I wonder why she didn't tell me you called.
Maybe she didn't recognize my voice.
Oh, Rochester, come now.
To tell the truth, honey, I meant to call, but I forgot.
It doesn't matter, Rochester, because we're going to have to stop seeing each other anyway. The way we're going, we'll never get married.
Well, Susie, I know it's discouraging, but I promise we'll get married just as soon as Mr. Benny gives me a raise.
I wouldn't wait that long for Sugar Ray Robinson.
But, Susie...
You should have had a raise years ago.
I know, but there's always something that takes priority. Like this week, Mr. Benny's having the living room decorated.
You mean he actually went out and hired a painter?
Yeah, Mr. Benny's in the living room with him right now.
Now paint that corner. Now get the ceiling above it. Now get the wall. Get the wall.
Yeah,
get the wall.
yeah,
get
yeah,
the wall.
yeah, the wall.
Now get the top of the windowsill. The top of the windowsill.
All right, the sill.
A little more on the top. Good. Now get the other windowsill. The other one.
I'm getting it. Boy, oh boy, this is the last time I ever take a job by the hour. Get the wall, get the corner. Not the sill. It's bad enough that you talked me into working for half of what I'm supposed to charge. But I can't stand being hounded like this.
Who's hounding you? You mean to tell me you've never had customers that took an interest and made suggestions?
Yeah, but you're the first one that ever stayed up here on a ladder with me.
Oh, I didn't realize. Well, you keep working. I'll let you alone for a while.
Okay, but would you do me a favor?
What?
This time when you leave, don't put on those fast records.
Well, I just wanted to entertain you.
Entertain me? During the flight of the Bumblebee, I finished 2 walls.
All right. Smart Alec. He better watch his step or I'll report him to the union for working below scale. I wonder why I always get... Hello?
Hello, Jack. This is your little old piano player, Charlie Bagby.
Well, Charlie, how are you?
That's what I called about. I don't think I'll be able to make the show Sunday. I caught a cold.
A cold, eh? Gee, that's too bad. What are you taking for, Charlie?
Oh, the usual thing.
Well, how do you feel?
Fine. I can hardly walk.
Wait a minute, Charlie. Have you been drinking?
Well, it's not my fault. The doctor told me to take 2 fingers of cognac.
Well?
I drank 3 whole bottles, and it hasn't gone to my fingers yet.
Now, Charlie, don't try to tell me that you're just following the doctor's orders.
Oh, yes, I am.
Now, wait a minute. Look, Charlie, there isn't a doctor in town who'll tell you to drink liquor for a cold.
I know. I had to go all the way to Pismo Beach before I found this.
I thought so. You know, Charlie, some of these
Gotta hang
days...
up. Now it's time for my medicine.
Goodbye. He's so happy when he's sick. Gee, I'm glad he only has a cold. I'll never forget that month he staggered through pneumonia. When they finally put him in an oxygen tent, it exploded. But he's a pretty... Now, there's the dog. Papa loves mambo. Mama loves mambo. Da-da-dee-deem-da-dum, dee-da-dee-deem-da-dum.
Hello, Mr. Benny.
Rochester, bring me an aspirin.
What's the matter? You got a headache?
Hello, Rochester.
Oh. I'll get you one, boss.
Come on in, Dennis, and close the door. Now, what's on your mind, kid?
Oh, I just came over to bring you a piece of my birthday cake.
Birthday cake? Well, that was very thoughtful of you, Dennis.
I saved it from my party. Here.
Oh, gee. Green icing. Tastes good, too. I never ate green icing before. So your birthday is today, huh?
No, 6 months ago.
Wait a minute, Dennis, you mean this cake is 6 months old?
It was chocolate when I bought it.
Dennis, why in the world would you bring me a cake 6 months old and all covered with mold?
Well, that's the stuff they make penicillin out of.
For what?
You need all the help you can get.
Cut that out! Now, Dennis.
Boss, here's your aspirin.
I don't need it. The penicillin cured me. Rochester, take this cake, stick a label on it, and put it in the medicine cabinet.
What?
Never mind. Come in.
Well, hello, Jack.
Oh, Don, come on in. Don, there's no rehearsal today. What are you doing around here?
Oh, I just dropped by to return this garden hose I borrowed from you last week.
My garden hose? Oh, you won't be needing it?
Not anymore. I found a belt my size.
Well, Don, there was no rush. You could have worn the hose a while longer.
I know, but it tickles when you turn the water off.
Well, that makes sense, I guess.
Here's today's mail, boss.
Oh, thanks, Rochester.
Say, Jack, isn't that paint I smell?
Yeah, I'm having the living room redecorated. You'll never recognize it.
Oh, really? What color's it going to be?
Well, the ceiling will be sort of an off-white, you see, and 3 of the walls are going to be beige.
Uh-huh. And what are you doing with the 4th wall?
Nothing. That's the one we saved for advertising.
Rochester.
Remember the year Madman Munch took the ceiling?
Rochester, stop being funny. If you'll excuse me a second, Don, I just want to glance through my mail.
Go ahead, Jack.
See what I got here. The bill, another bill, a circular. Another threatening letter from Arthur Murray. Well, he can teach his way, I'll teach mine. Hey, what's this? A letter from Waukegan. Well, I'll be darned. Hey, fellas, here's a letter from a pal I haven't seen in 20 years, Sub-Wilbur. He was a classmate of mine in high school.
No kidding, Jack.
Yeah. And he's coming out here for a visit. Let's see. Arriving on the Super Chief at Union Station, 2:30 p.m. on Wednesday the... Hey, that's today. I better get down there.
I'll go with you, Jack.
Me too.
Good, I'll just grab a jacket and we'll go down to the station and meet my friend Stubb.
Gee, with that freeway, we sure made good time getting here.
Yeah. Come on, let's go in the station.
I guess we better go to the south end of the depot to meet the incoming passengers.
Yeah, but I better check at the information desk and see if Stubbs' train's on time, huh?
Hiya, bud.
Huh?
Long time no see.
Oh, yeah. Come on, fellas.
Jack, isn't that the racetrack tout?
Yeah, I'm always bumping into that tout. Look, why don't you and Dennis just browse around while I get the information, huh?
Okay.
Now, let's see, where's the information booth here? So crowded here, excuse me. Pardon me.
Attention, please. We have just learned that while coming through Albuquerque, the westbound Sunshine Limited hit a cow and will be delayed several hours. Attention, please. Attention. Trains now leaving for Las Vegas on tracks 7 and 11.
Don,
These trains are pulled by diesel engines.
Don.
Roll 'em.
Don, we better get that information about Stubbs' train. Come on, I think it's right over here. There's the information booth there. Oh, Mister. Are you the information clerk?
Well, what do you think I am in this cage? A parakeet with a mustache?
Wait a minute. The last time I was down here, they had you behind the ticket counter. How did you get information?
I dialed 113.
Now, will you stop that? All I want to know is if the super chief will be arriving on time.
Let me see. The California Limited leaves in 15 minutes. The Grand Canyon departs in a half an hour. The Challenger is leaving in an hour and a half.
Wait a minute. I want to know about a train coming in. Why do you keep telling me about trains that are leaving?
Well, in psychiatry, they call it the power of suggestion.
Look, you still haven't answered my question. When will the super chief be in?
In exactly 15 minutes.
Thank you. Come on, Don.
Oh, wait a minute, Jack. What track does the train come in on? We have to know what gate to wait at. Oh, look, before we leave the window, why don't you ask the man where to go?
Okay. Oh, Mister, could you tell me where to go?
What did you say?
I said, could you tell me where to go?
If you ask me that once more, I might let you have it.
Oh, never mind. Say, Don, what happened to Dennis?
He's right over there weighing himself.
Oh, yes. Dennis, what are you jumping on that machine for?
Well, I put a penny in, but no peanuts came out.
Dennis, that's a weighing machine. It's a scale. When you put a penny in, a little card comes out. There it is down there.
Oh, yeah. Hey, gee, look, I weigh 155 pounds.
And Dennis, on the other side is your fortune.
Oh, my fortune? Well, let me see. Gee, now they tell me.
What does it say?
No peanuts.
Well, come on, kids. We better get over to meet the train.
Look, Jack, there's plenty of time now. Why don't we go get a sandwich first?
Well, there's not that much time. I'm going to meet the train.
Well, I'm going to get a sandwich. You like to come with me, Dennis?
Well...
Let him go alone, Dennis. You come with me.
Okay.
Hey, Bud.
Who, me?
No, you with the pointed head.
He means me.
Yeah, you. Come here a minute.
Well, this is a switch.
Look, mister.
What are you doing?
I'm going with Mr. Benny.
What? Go with Wilson.
Wilson? Why?
Well, look at the form. He's always out in front.
I don't know. What about Benny?
Benny hasn't got a chance. His photo finish was the horn blows at midnight. Now take my word for it, Bud. Stick with Wilson.
Well, come here a minute.
Huh?
I'm sticking with Benny.
Why?
Wilson's carrying too much weight.
Huh?
He's got everything in the back stretch.
Well, okay, I'll see you in the poorhouse.
Come on, Dennis, come on. Stop wasting time.
Yeah, it's getting late. Well, I suppose I'd better go with you, too.
The Southbound Limited now leaving for Laguna, Capistrano, San Diego, Tijuana, Acapulco, and Mexico City, I
Jack, this is the gate right here.
Yeah. Sure, a lot of people waiting.
Jack, do you see your friend?
No, I don't. I hope he didn't miss the train. Gee, that's the way he was in school, too. Completely irresponsible. That's Sub-Wilbur. I was 2 years older than Stub, and he got in the habit of letting me do his thinking for him.
Attention, please. Attention. The Lurleen now arriving on track 5.
Lurleen?
Man, was it foggy.
Well, there's no sense standing here. Let's go home.
Yeah, I guess so. Gee, I'm sorry I dragged you both down here on a wild goose chase.
Beg pardon, but could you be of a little assistance to me?
Huh? Oh, what can I do for you, sir?
Well, I don't see so good anymore. Would you mind reading an address I've got written down here on this piece of paper?
Let's see. 366 North Camden Drive. Wait a minute. That's my address.
Well, Jack Benny.
Sub-Wilbur. Gee, it's good to see you. Come on, Stub. We got a lot to talk over. Here, I'll carry your bag.
Never mind the bags. Carry me.
Gee, it's amazing how old you can get when you don't lie about your age. Come on, everyone. Let's go home. Gosh, Stub, isn't it wonderful? Your first day in California.
Yeah. Can I go to bed now?
You want to go to sleep, but it's so early.
I know, but I'm so tired of painting this room.
We just have to finish this ceiling, and then we can go to sleep.
Yeah, sleep.
Good night, folks.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Rochester, Dennis Day, Bob Crosby, and yours truly, Don Wilson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the last Jack Benny show of the month. It's also the last program of the current series, and as a matter of fact, it's the last show of the season. So now I bring you a man I thought wouldn't last, Jack Benny.
Thank you. Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking. And Don, I know that you're trying to be clever on the final show, but how could you possibly have thought that I wouldn't last? After all, a man my age is just in the prime of life.
I guess you're right, Jack. They've been priming you for 20 years. Don,
George Global. CinemaScope stomach. Now, Don, control yourself. But, you know, you may be right. After all, nobody can last forever.
You're sure working on it, Bob.
Well, I see we have another candidate for the unemployment insurance. You better watch it, sister.
Jack's right, Mary. He deserves a little more respect from us. After all, he's one of the pioneers in the broadcasting business.
You're darn right. Why, when I did my first program, there were hardly any radios in the country.
And darn few people.
Darn few people. Plenty of people when I started.
They may have had feathers in their hair, but they were people.
Mary, if I were Jackie Gleason, you know what I'd say? One of these days, pow, back to the May Company.
If you were Jackie Gleason, I wouldn't have to go back.
Oh, Jack, why are you so touchy? Can't you take a joke?
Certainly I can take a joke, but here we're doing our last program of the season, and everyone comes in and insults me.
Well, I didn't insult you, Mr. Benny.
Huh? Oh, hello, Dennis.
Hello, sir.
Well, you see, Mary, Don, Dennis knows how to treat me with respect.
Certainly. I feel that when a man keeps you working all these years, he deserves respect.
Well, naturally.
A man doesn't get to be the star of a radio and television program unless he has ability and talent.
Thank you, Dennis.
No star can keep a loyal following of fans loving him through all the years unless he's an outstanding personality.
Well.
Can I go now, Mr. Benny?
Why?
I can't keep reading this stuff. It's making me sick.
Why did I have to let him go on? Why didn't I stop him when I was ahead? I should have stopped him earlier, like in 1946. Oh, well, it's the last show of the season. What? Oh, well, it's the last show of the season. I won't be seeing him for quite a while.
Well, say that reminds me, Dennis. What are you going to do this summer?
Well, Don, I'm going to visit my uncle in Las Vegas.
I didn't know you had an uncle in Las Vegas, Dennis.
Yes, he's married and has a lovely wife and 3 slot machines.
Gee, Dennis, I envy you going to Las Vegas. I'd like to go there, but it's so expensive.
What do you mean expensive? Last time I was there, I got a room for $2 a day.
$2? Must have been an awfully small room.
Well, yes, it wasn't too large. As a matter of fact, it didn't even have a bath.
Jack, do you mean to say that you stayed at a place without a bath?
I didn't need one, Don. They cleaned me before I got to my room. Hey, say, that's a funny joke.
It may have feathers on it, but it's a joke.
All right. Anyway, I'm going back to Las Vegas this summer and stay at the Flamingo Hotel.
Jack, I'm not so sure they'll want you there. They don't like people who make a fuss and scream and holler when they lose.
What are you talking about? How can you scream and holler when you're fainting? Don't tell me what I do.
Say, Mary, what are you going to do this summer when we're off the air?
Well, I think I'll just stay around the house, spend all my time in the backyard in my garden.
Well, that should be nice. Here in California, you can grow some wonderful flowers.
I'm going to grow vegetables. I got to eat.
Say, Mary, that's smart, growing your own vegetables. Where'd you get the idea?
From the present Jack gave me last Christmas.
What did he give you, Mary?
100 pounds of Vigoro. Gift wrapped yet.
Now, wait a minute, Mary. I think you're going just a little too far.
That's right, Mary. How can you say such things about a man who's so nice, so generous, so nice, so generous, so nice, so generous, so nice?
Dennis, turn the page already. For heaven's sake. Anyway, Dennis, time for you to do your song. And since this is the season's final show...
Jack, I think the sound man is trying to get your attention.
Oh, yes, he is. What is it, Twomley?
Well, this is the last show of the season, and all my relatives is listening in.
Well, that's nice.
No, it ain't. All they're hearing is people talking. They want to hear sound effects.
Look, Twombly.
Well, a guy imposes on all his friends and relatives and gets them to listen to this program, and what do you hear? Yaketa, 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 yaketa.
Look.
You may not know it, but in Canoga Park, I'm a big man.
For heaven's sake, Twombly, there are sound effects at the end of the show.
Yeah, but all you got is ordinary ones, like a knock on the door, a telephone rings. I want something complicated that'll let me show my artistry.
But look...
I like them dramatic shows. Can't you do a show like a Tale of Two Cities? This is a far, far better thing I do than I have ever did before. Goodbye. That's the guillotine.
Look, Twombly, we're doing a radio show, and you'll come in with your sound effects only when you hear your cue. So just keep quiet and listen.
Yes, sir.
Now, where were we? Oh, yes. Come on, Dennis. Let's hear your song. That was very good, Dennis. And while I'm on the subject, I'd like to say that although you've been with me a good many years, your voice keeps improving all the time. And on this last show of the season, it's a pleasure. I want to tell you, it's a pleasure to have you on my show because of your talent, your loyalty, and your...
How can you read that stuff? Doesn't it make you sick?
Go be nice to people. Oh, say, Malin Merrick.
Yes, Jack?
That was really a wonderful arrangement the orchestra had for Dennis's number.
Thanks.
I also want to thank you for the discipline you've brought to the band. I've noticed during the last few weeks, right up to tonight's final program, the boys have been behaving much better. And they all... What was that?
Remley fell off his stool.
Couldn't quite make it to the end of the season. Well, isn't anybody going to pick him up?
No, Jack. We usually let him lie there during the summer. The rest does him good.
Well, okay, let him stay there, but I want him up when we go back on the air next fall, you see. And Malin, rub a little cheese on his face so the mice will keep him shaved. Imagine Remley falling off his stool like that.
To the rest of the world, that might have been Remley who fell, but in Canoga Park, they know it was me.
Not from that reading, they didn't. Now, look, Quambley, this is your last warning. I don't want any more talk from you. You're a sound man, so all we want out of you are sound effects when we give you the cue.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, Malin, what are the other boys in the band going to do this summer? Huh?
Well, most of them are taking summer jobs, all except Bagby. He's going on a pleasure cruise to Hawaii.
Well, Charlie's going to take an expensive vacation like that. Isn't he going to work at all?
What does he have to work for? He hasn't even spent half the money he got from that Brinks job in Boston.
Malin, how can you say a thing like that about Bagby on the air, even in jest? Now the police will come and get him. Quambley, stop that! And what are you bowing for?
Right now they're applauding in Canoga Park.
Look, I don't want any more of your silly talk and sound effects. You just give us the sound effects on the right cue, and that's all.
Yes, sir.
Say, Jack.
Yes, Malin.
Since this is our last program, the boys in the band chipped in and bought you a little gift, and they selected Sammy the drummer to make the presentation. Come over here, Sammy.
Okay, Mellon. Mr. Benny, on behalf of all the boys in the band, it gives me great pleasure to present you with this token of our esteem.
Well, thanks, Sammy. Thanks a lot, fellas. Let me see what it is. Oh, isn't that nice? It has my initials on it, too.
Yeah.
Just what I've always wanted. A monogrammed ice cube. Gee, thanks, fellas. And remember, at the start of next season, don't call me. I'll call you. Just wait.
I'm not worried. I got a new job in the movies.
In the movies?
Yeah, I'm Mickey Rooney's stand-in.
You're Mickey Rooney's stand-in?
Uh-huh.
How could you possibly get a job like that?
I lied about my size.
Hey, that's a pretty funny gag, Sammy. You're just what this program needs, a bald Milton Berle. I think we better get on with the program. I want to leave early. Now, everybody keep quiet. I want to call up and have my car sent around to the front of the studio so I can get right home.
Say, Mabel, what is it, Gertrude? Mr. Benny's line is flashing. Yes, Mr. Benny. Yeah, I'll tell him. Goodbye. So what does he want? He wants I should call the parking lot to let them know he's leaving soon so they can get his car ready. Well, ain't he an eager beaver? What's he in such a hurry about to get his car? He always does that. It takes 15 minutes to get the boiler hot. You know, Gertrude, I don't understand him. He's such a big star. Why does he drive around in such an old jalopy? Well, that's because he's so sentimental. Oh, he loves the car? I loves money. I know that, but I can't understand why he keeps saving all the time. Hasn't he heard that famous expression, you can't take it with you? Yeah, he's heard it all right. But he thinks he's worked out a system to get around it. Well, how? He had a tailor sew pockets in his skin. Well, you know, everybody can kid Jack about being cheap, but I happen to know he has a generous side, too. What makes you say that? Well, the other night we were having dinner at the Sportsman's Lodge. And you know how most people only leave 10% of the bill for a tip? Uh-huh. Well, Jack insisted I leave 15. Oh, how nice. Hello? Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Betty. The line to the parking lot is busy. I'll keep trying and tell him you want the car. It'll be ready by the time you are.
Oh, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Gertrude. Well, kids, the program is nearly over. And it looks like we've come to the end of another season. At a time like this, I can't help feeling a little sentimental. Even though we may have kidded each other and had petty squabbles, I don't think any other performer has been fortunate to have so capable a cast.
Well, thank you, Jack.
I also want to thank my writers, producer, engineer, and all the members of my technical staff. Also, as I turn around and look at you fellas sitting up there on the bandstand, it gives me a feeling of pride and warmth to see your faces smiling down at me. And to see Remley's face smiling up at me. I feel that the success of this program has been due to the fact that we've all worked together as a big, happy family. That's why we've always been right on the mark. That's why we've never missed the boat. I'm not going to lose my temper, Twombly, but I'm warning you, one more uncalled for sound effect and you're through. Now, as I was saying... Hello?
Hello, Mr. Benny, this is Rochester.
What is it, Rochester?
Nothing important. I just wanted you to know that I've got all your things packed and ready for your trip.
Good. You put in all that stuff in my medicine chest?
Yes, sir. I packed your nerve tonic, stomach tonic, liver tonic, blood tonic, and tonic tonic.
Tonic? What have I got that for?
In case any of the other tonics feel run down, that's what they take.
Well, Rochester, did you pack my new gray suit?
No, sir, it's dirty. I'm going to send it to the cleaners.
But I want to wear it tomorrow in Las Vegas.
But, boss, that gray suit doesn't give enough contrast with your golden curly locks.
But, Rochester, what can I do? I don't have any other new suit.
I know, but you got other locks.
Well, all right.
Now tell me, Mr. Benny, do you want me to pack your brown spiked shoes or your two-tone spiked shoes?
I don't want any spiked shoes. I'm not going to play golf in Las Vegas.
I know, but if you win something, you'll want to get out fast.
Gee, I didn't think of that. Pack the brown one.
Yes, sir. Hey, Mr. Benny, I think you ought to get some new luggage. This bag you got here is old and it looks awful.
Rochester, I'll have you know that bag is genuine cowhide.
Oh, boss, this is cowhide?
Well, only on its mother's side. Full-blooded, it's not. Now, Rochester, I hope you memorized that nightclub act I taught you. As your agent, I've arranged for an audition for you at the Flamingo, and I think I can get you booked in there.
I know, and I appreciate it. Only,
Only what?
well, I read that contract I've got with you.
What about it?
Ain't I supposed to get the 90%?
Rochester, I'm putting the rest of that money away for you to use as a nest egg.
Well, push the hen off. I'm hungry.
Stop worrying about it. You'll get everything that's coming to you. Now, I'll be back as soon as the program's over, and we'll leave right after dinner.
Okay. Goodbye.
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 For heaven's sake, Twombly, hang up the phone.
You told me you didn't want no more sound effects.
Of all the silly, go ahead and play, Malin. Ladies and gentlemen, although this is called the Jack Benny program, I'd like to say that its success is due to the competent people I have working with me, my wonderful cast, the great supporting players I have, my producer, my engineer, my sound man, my capable writer, my fine musicians.
How can you read that stuff? Doesn't it make you sick?
Good night, folks. See you in the fall.